Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Everybody, what's going on? Okay, so I don't think y'all are hearing my yes. I don't think we're hearing my yes. Let's try that one more time. Okay. Okay. Hi everybody. It's your girl BondyBlue and I'm back for another BondyBlue show. Okay. I am so happy you all are here. We have a plethora of topics to get into. Okay. Yes, Lord. Trying to get my shit together. Yo, I cannot stand when people randomly knock on my door. Like, I really have turned into my father in this way. Like, if I don't know that you're supposed to be at my door, I'm not answering my door. Like, I don't know what that's about, but it's just like calls. Like, if I don't want to answer, girl, I'm not finna answer. I need to replace my ring camera though, so I could see who be at my door, because I could not see. All I could see was a car outside and they knocking on the door. And I'm like, listen, I don't know why you knocking on my door, but I'm getting ready for my video. I don't have time for this. Get from in front of my door. Okay, like I don't know what's wrong with it. Get from in front of my door. Like I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Like don't just be not randomly knocking on people's door. Child, I watched The Heretic the other night. I'm not answering no, girl. I'm not answering no people knocking on my door, girl. I was like, what is wrong with y'all? Why y'all think people just supposed to answer their door? I don't know you. Like, look, I instantly called my husband. I was just like, Lyric, was somebody supposed to be knocking on our door today? He was like, no. He was like, yeah, don't answer it. I was just like, what the fuck be wrong with y'all? Just popping up, and it was parked outside my door for a minute. I was just like, why are y'all still sitting out there? I'm not answering. Like, get the fuck from in front of my door. Oh my God. Like, I'm glad, I look outside. I'm like, okay, my neighbor across the street home, like, just in case I need to scream for help. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cool with our immediate neighbors, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the black people next door over here, black people across the street. Listen. Okay, don't come knocking on my door. I'm not answering. Okay, listen. If somebody was outside my door screaming for somebody to come open, for police and all of that, that's when I'm gonna call the police. And I'm still not. I'm like, look, there's somebody outside my door screaming for help, Lord. Okay, I don't know who they are, but y'all need to get y'all asses around here. Okay, listen, my daddy would see it was a family. Like we would know it was family, and my daddy would still be like, Tanya, don't you open that goddamn door, because why the hell is they coming around here without calling and telling us they would be here? Okay, because you got family members that just like they want to be in the area, so they just pop up knocking on your door. Girl, no, we not doing that, bitch. I need you to announce yourself. Okay, and knocking on my door is not announcing yourself. Get your ass off my porch, bitch. Okay, listen, no, for real. We used to think my daddy was so mean when he would do this, okay, because the nigga was mean. But we would think that was so mean. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, no, please don't pop up at my house unannounced. I'm not gonna answer the door. I'm not. Okay. I've also seen that that's how you get yourself in trouble. Answering the goddamn door. Don't answer the door for nobody. Don't be answering the door for no damn body. Do you hear me? Anyway, y'all, in my life, okay, just in my life, are y'all following me on TikTok? I need y'all to start following me on TikTok. I actually might connect my StreamYard or something along those lines so that I could be live on TikTok at the same time that I'm live here on YouTube. Please follow me on TikTok because I do post there. And now that they're allowing people to cuss, I might actually go live on TikTok versus going live on Instagram, because I think you can play music on on TikTok without an issue. Okay. But yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I've realized now that I could use TikTok to get people to come over here. And that's what I've been trying to do so that I could build my shit up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And plus, oh my God, like I love TikTok, y'all. I hate that it really took them almost banning it. And I've always kind of been like on there, but I really just be on there now, just scrolling, find something I like, find something that makes so much sense, because they talk about a lot of things on TikTok that you sometimes don't have the language for. And there's always some smart ass person on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, that's just like telling you some smart shit. So if you follow me, you know I repost a lot. Okay. I repost a lot because I always come across, you know, once you have your algorithm, child, they will always send you the type of shit you like to see, girl. Okay. So I'm really on there now. So y'all can follow me on there. I'm commenting back, like I'm talking, like I'm on there now, girl. Okay. So y'all can come and talk to me. All right. Look, I finally got 9,000 followers on TikTok. It took a minute. Okay. It took a minute, girl. When I tell you I was sitting at 9 something for the longest, I'm finally at 9,000 on TikTok. Y'all know I feel a way about the fact that they took my Twitter. They took my original Twitter right when I had finally got above 10K. They took it. And so I have a new one, but the new one is not as well known as my other one. And that annoys me. That annoys me, girl. But I'm not doing this. Like, I don't give a fuck about Twitter. TikTok I actually like, okay? But I do be on Twitter when I'm talking about the shows like Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine, because I want to see what the other people are saying. Like, are y'all seeing it like I'm seeing it? Like this last episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh, bitch, I was on the Twitter because I wanted to see if the people were seeing it the way I was seeing it. And I was like, the people are seeing it the way I'm seeing it. So where are you weird hoes coming from? Where are you weird hoes coming from? Okay. Whew, that's another reason why I don't want to be on Twitter. Okay. I do have a Blue Sky, but I'm not on there as much. I have a Threads. I repost stuff like now that you could repost your comments from Instagram onto Threads. I am on there. So you can follow me on Threads. You can follow me on Blue Sky, the real BondyBlue on Blue Sky. Cause y'all know as soon as they create these apps, motherfuckers like to go and get my name. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, if your last name is not Bondi, I really am so confused about the way people go and take my name. Like, it's very weird. Anyway, I'm happy y'all are here. I have a plethora of topics. I'm about to count them off to y'all. Okay, we're gonna get into some America's Next Top Model, an update, extenuation of what we talked about with Yaya. Jennifer Williams is on the internet looking dumb. We're gonna talk about Kandi, Mia Thornton, and Sweet Tea. We're gonna talk about that. Toni and Tamar Braxton were online, like whatever the fuck was going on. We're gonna talk about Young and May. Okay, all right. Y'all know I love to bring up the gay people every now and again because I refuse to put a rainbow in my shit, but y'all know what it is if you know me. Okay. Girl, Monique to Tyler Perry. Once again, we're here. Tiana Taylor, Iman, and then we're gonna end with Just Hilarious and Lauren and the whole Breakfast Club debacle. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I've been watching it, but I don't know how I feel yet. So once we get to it, that's when I'll be like, okay, this how I feel, because I don't know yet. Okay, I really don't know. Hey, what's going on, Bayana? All right, y'all see my homegirl in the comments. Make sure y'all follow her YouTube. Okay, she's like my homegirl in real life. Okay. But yes, I am on the TikTok. I am on the Clock app. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump right into the topic, shall we? I'm so happy y'all are here. Okay. Give yourselves a hand. Everybody, give yourselves a hand. Y'all look so lovely. I believe the children are our future. Thank you. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Yeah. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's live. Remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, then you switch over to the Whitney one. You know what I'm saying? At least I can't. All right. Listen, once I got into it, y'all, it's hard not to finish it. Okay. First topic. Y'all know this weekend. We talked about America's Next Top Model and Yaya and her comments, and we're all letting it go. Okay, the past is the past. All right, we let it go. Y'all let me know. I'm seeing low bars. So just let me know how I'm doing. Y'all know Cox Cable is on bullshit. So at some point, I'm gonna have to leave Cox Cable as soon as they put the fiber for AT&T on this street. The sound is digitized. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I saw that on one of my last lives and I was like, oh, why is this happening? Like, oh, why is this happening? I really don't understand. Okay, when the bar's lower, that's what that be about. I'm connected, y'all. It's a whole yellow ass Ethernet cord. Okay, like it's not even connected via Wi-Fi, girl. It's not even connected via Wi-Fi. But here I am with issues on the goddamn live. I'm sorry, y'all. Like the issues with connectivity because of all of the retrogrades, girl, working on my nerves. Okay, working on my nerves. Right? So at some point, I might go off cam. All right. If I go off cam, it's because I'm trying to protect the sanctity of my broadcast. All right. It's 600 people on the live. I see y'all telling me it sounds good now, but the bars are ignorant right now. Okay. Like the video, y'all. Like the video. So let's go ahead and get into celebrity hairstylist Kaya Wright calls out America's Next Top Model contestant Yaya DaCosta and defends Tyra Banks amid ongoing criticism of the show. Now, I watch Yaya. We watch Yaya. Okay. My name is trademarked. Just so we're clear. I know my thing not up here no more, but my name is trademarked. You can't go and make money off my name. So there is that. Okay. But yes, Yaya DaCosta. I felt like she was saying, I'm finally letting this go. It's no beef. We've let it go. We moved on like Maya. Okay. So I didn't feel like Yaya said anything wrong. And I also feel like when people were looking to Yaya in order to figure out whether they should be mad at Tyra or not, that's simply because they have no real dog in the fight, but they fuck with Yaya, and Yaya's feelings about Tyra and that whole situation matter to whoever those people were. So if she cool, then they cool. And I understand that. Okay. I do sometimes feel like, damn, bitch, can you have your own opinion? But at the same time, I understand. And if I feel like someone has wronged someone, I'm going to look at the person they've wronged to see how they feel about it. If Yaya good, then we good. Because I don't have no dealings with Tyra, but I fuck with Yaya and you fucked over Yaya. So now I gotta, defer. You good? Okay. I understood that. Let's listen to what the beautiful young woman had to say.
You know what, guys? I am so tired of these girls with this bullshit about Tyra. It's so unnecessary. We got Yaya on Instagram on this kumbaya bullshit. Like, please stop. Tyra Banks is an iconic Black woman who has done amazing things for...
Okay, let's stop right there. This kumbaya bullshit. Okay, so I'm confusion right now, ma'am. I'm just confusion right now because why are we not happy with the kumbaya? Why are we not happy with the, okay, we're finally letting this go as the people that were actually the contestants on America's Next Top Model? You know what I mean? Like, why are we upset about a kumbaya? Okay, I ain't gonna tell you. Okay, this is what it is though. And I still have much love and respect for Yaya because I feel like in real life, Yaya is one of those people that's like, you're just not about to play in my face and I'm not about to go along with it to make everybody feel comfortable. That's what I feel like is really happening. But I think to the untrained eye, or maybe without nuance, Yaya can seem, I don't know, like maybe... I don't know. It's hard to explain. It is very hard to explain. There's a lot going on behind Yaya's eyes. Like even in this photo, you know what I'm saying? It is given, you know what I mean? But whatever, girl.
So many in the industry of modeling, beauty, just all of us. Like, what are we talking? 24 seasons I worked, and I worked on Top Model for probably 7 of them. So I still work with Tyra till this day. All I know is this persona that everybody's like putting out about her is just way, way, way over the top, super exaggerated. And are they doing it for clout? I mean, what is this about? Are they trying to get screen time? Like, what is it? Her personality is not even that. So I don't get it. You know what, guys? I am so So my thought is let's think about how we can support each other. Because every second, like you really sitting up here with a teacup trying to put this woman down. Like, what was the point? Yeah. Like, what was your purpose here? Like, all of y'all, like, get off the show. You should have got off the show. Now you're an actress. We actually know who you are because of who. How about we sit down, it's Sunday, and celebrate Tyra Banks? That's what we should be doing. Let's celebrate her because you are you because of her, silly. So my thought is,
okay, so here's the thing. I feel like this was such an annoying comment to, oh, we should be celebrating. Stop living in fucking La La Land. Okay? Like, for real. Stop living in La La Land where you think that every successful person has done right by every single person that they've done business with, and we should never speak ill of that person. Y'all know it annoys me the way the girls are consistently on the internet craving attention because, oh, Tyra was the big bad on America's Next Top Model. Y'all know that annoys me. But I also feel like people have experiences that they have every right to speak on. And I feel like it's within each individual's, discretion when they decide to stop being upset, bothered, or whatever by Tyra. Okay. So in one instance, I understand, when the girls, I'm just, y'all, this is a van keeps passing my house. I'm just trying to see what fuck going on. Okay, y'all, I'm just paying attention to my surroundings out this motherfucker. Okay. I feel like I totally understand people still have an issue who was affected, during America's Next Top Model days. But if you actually listen to what Yaya was saying the shit was bad, but at this point, I can let it go. I had a meeting with Tyra. It was great. It was fine. You know what I mean? Like, we're letting it go. So I don't understand, like, did Kaya not really listen to it? Because I have a problem with y'all with this, oh, we're tearing people down just because somebody said that I had a bad experience with them. That's not tearing somebody down. And I think as Black people, I really want y'all to stop. I really want y'all to stop and assess if you are handling a situation like a racist white person trying to protect another racist white person. Because sometimes Black people's rhetoric boils down to, don't say nothing bad about them because they Black and I like them. Even if what you're saying is true, don't say it because then that's going to make everybody not like them. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Like, if you actually listen to what Yaya said, Yaya was not shitting on Tyra. Yaya was saying, I am letting it go. I am moving on. So it feels as if this person did not really listen to what Yaya was saying. Okay. And also, I feel like, what are you going to get out of this, Kaya, right? Like, are you going to get another job out of this? Because just as you feel like Yaya is doing this for clout, the other women of ANTM complaining about Tyra might be doing this for clout. It feels like you may be doing this for clout as well, because you're getting on your platform to voice your disdain for something that didn't really happen. Nobody was dragging Tyra. Nobody was tearing Tyra down. I think we all understand that even though Tyra was the face of it, Tyra admitted she said some dumb shit, which means that you were not at all times what you could have been, what you should have been to some of those women. Okay. It was a television show, meaning that there were several other people involved. So when people just make Tyra the scapegoat, sometimes that annoys me because I feel like Janice Dickinson was fucking terrible. Like, Janice Dickinson was terrible. Some of those producers were terrible. There was sometimes that Nigel said fucked up shit. There were times where one of the Jays said some fucked up shit to somebody. In the modeling industry, nobody cares about the model's feelings. That's why the models will put themselves through treacherous things as far as like how much they don't eat and what they do with their body, because it is a judgmental, fucked up, corrupt business. Okay. It is what it is. It is literally about objectifying women. You are to be seen and not heard. That's what modeling turned into. If I don't know what it started out as, but that's what modeling turned into. Okay. So I've always felt like if you're going to be mad at Tyra, also be mad at the other people that were involved. Also be mad at the modeling, system and how people were treated, period. Because none of that shit was cool. The shit that was going on in real life with models, the shit that was going on a reality show, everybody is being objectified. Everybody is being used. Everybody is being taken advantage of in the situation on the TV show and in real life when it comes to modeling. So when you got your people like what's your girl name who was one of the models and she did really, really good but had the alcohol problem, and every time you turn around, the white girl that's on the internet, Lisa, that's her name, right? Lisa was always complaining, but I felt like Lisa had issues within herself. I also feel like Lisa not being able to capitalize off America's Next Top Model is what made her even more sour, right? But there were people like Yaya that did capitalize, but that has more to do with Yaya and her talents. That has to do with Yaya's mental than it really does with America's Next Top Model. Because yes, a lot of models went through America's Next Top Model and they did nothing with their lives after that. They did nothing with their careers. They went back to being regular people. Some of them might be working down to the Family Dollar for all you know. Okay. So just because you were on America's Next Top Model and they gave you a shot does not mean that you were going to make it in the entertainment industry simply because you were on America's Next Top Model. Yaya had to be a certain type of person. Eva had to be a certain type of person. Takara had to be a certain type of person. So yes, thank you, Tyra, but also fuck you if I feel like it. Nobody's tearing anybody down, okay? So I stop dick riding is basically what I'm saying. And low key, I feel like, this woman's sentiment, Tyra was being celebrated. That's why she was up there speaking, and Yaya was in the room. Like, hello.
Story, amazing opportunity for me to finally close that chapter as I'm beginning a new one and to model grace. I was so excited in this moment to walk.
Pretentious. That's what it is.
That I had been
That's what it is, y'all. Yaya is pretentious. That's what it is. And that's what I didn't like about her when she was on America's Next Top Model. It's a very pretentious, I'm better than type of energy. That's the energy that Yaya would have a lot of the time. But so fucking what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? She's still beautiful. She's still talented. She's still extremely smart. So what? The hairstylist is doing a lot to me. Let's move on. Okay, what's the next topic? I want to make sure I'm staying in line because I put this shit together. Yes, stupidity. So I don't know if y'all have noticed, but people pay attention to social media, right? And so if it's on social media that Christian Gold is out here being held accountable, might be about to go to jail, stealing money still, like just maybe a week or two ago, honestly, it might have been longer than that, we were talking about how Christian Gold got caught up once again stealing and scamming from people, right? That made Jennifer look dumb. And so what's the next thing that happens? He gets a tattoo that's supposed to look like Jennifer, but that looks like Candace Dillard Bassett on the back of his damn head. And she's sitting up there smiling. And I'm like, oh, look at Candace looking at Jennifer on the back of this weird nigga's head. To me, this was like some huge gesture in order to show his allegiance to Jennifer. Like, I really love you. I'm not just using you for money. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get a tattoo of you that looks like somebody else on my fucking head, so you'll know how much I love you and that I'm not just using you for money. That's what I feel like is happening here, right? The tattoo is a response from people online dragging her for being dumb, for being with this man who is a scammer and is stealing from people. So now he got a tattoo on the back of his head that looked like another celebrity, and she's standing up there smiling, looking stupid. So I know that this was meant. I know this was meant to counteract how a lot of us are seeing them right now. But this doesn't make it any better, Jen. It doesn't make it any better. Anybody with sense will still say you're married to a damn scammer. You're over there giving money to, helping take care of a scammer who's using you. That's what it's giving. That's absolutely what it's giving. It is so very sad. Okay. But hey, she's smiling like she happy. If you like it, I love it, girl. If you like it, I love it. Now, y'all know I'm being facetious. I don't love any of this, but I mean, I don't care if she don't care. If she don't care that that's Candace on the back of that nigga head, I don't care. If she don't care that that nigga was scamming and lying, I don't care. If she don't care that that man may not really like her, but know she's a great opportunity, then I don't care. If you are this desperate for a man, then simply, yet again, I do not care. But I love to point out how y'all be out here looking dumb for dick. Y'all be out here looking dumb for dick. And I just want y'all to stop. That's all. I feel like you could be with somebody and have, you know, just a little slice of self-respect for yourself. And the way you would have a little slice of self-respect for yourself is not to be in the picture smiling goofily like this. Beautiful woman, but just as goofy as she wants to be. I'ma let her be great. I'ma let her. Okay, let's move on. But she looked dumb. She looked dumb, girl. So let's go ahead. We're gonna get into the housewives married to medicine of it all. Yes, we will. Kandi Burris has something to say. Shout out to my girl Kandi. Let's listen.
I'm not one of those people. I'm not trying to tell people they shouldn't watch the show because I'm not on the show. It was my choice to leave the show. They didn't do me dirty. They didn't do me wrong. Matter of fact, I have a great relationship with NBCU. They actually gave me a development deal with me and Todd. We have a deal with the network to produce shows. Right now, we're developing a show for the network. Not that we're on, but that we are casting with other people on it. So I will have to say that Bravo has always treated me good. I'm not one of those people. I'm not trying to tell people they shouldn't watch the show.
Okay, so she's working on a new show. I wonder what that show is going to be. Okay, make sure that Todd is not cutting corners. All right. She also says this.
I love how you support your friends. Can you give us your opinion on why Porsha hasn't supported Shamea's new song like everyone else on her page? She hasn't. You saying on her show or in her story? Did she post it in her story? Okay. What I think. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. What I think is that they had some issues during the season and they really don't mess with each other like that right now, but they doing the fake. I'm messing with, like, if they're in the same room or in front of the cameras, or if they or people are doing press, they're like, oh yeah, that's my girl, blah, blah, knowing they ain't messing with each other right now. So yes. Well, yeah, I guess she ain't gonna fake it that much. It's crazy being on a show together. I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong, because it's weird, because you're not supposed to give away any future dramas that's happening in the season. You are told not to give away the season, correct? You know that. So it's kind of their job to allow people to believe what they want until they see whatever falling outs or whatever happens during the season. So I don't ask them questions about what's happening there. I mean, of course, if a blind man can see that it's something happening, but you just don't want to be in the middle of it. I love how you support your friends. Can you give us your opinion on?
Okay, so I'm gonna just tell y'all right now. Kandi is just telling y'all what we all believe to be true, which is that Shamea and Porsha have probably fallen out at this point. Maybe since Shamea is now really the center on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha showing her true colors is going to be hard for Shamea to ignore. I think Shamea has ignored the way Porsha has not shown up for her in a equal manner. Like, I do not feel like throughout the years, I feel like Shamea is always supporting Porsha, always dragging Porsha along with her. Girl, the biggest example of it I will never forget is when Shamea sang the national anthem at a basketball game, and she brought Porsha's no singing ass with her. And I was just like, this is right. This right here should let you know that Shamea really cares about Porsha, because she know that girl can't sing, and she still brought her down there to sing with her. Okay. Just to be a good friend, girl. But we talked about how many times Porsha has not shown up whenever Shamea was the star of the moment. Whether it was her weddings, whether it was her engagement party, whether it was her showing up 3 hours late to the birthday party this last episode, bitch. She is not your friend the way you her friend. And I'm sure Shamea's family members have told her this, but for some reason, Shamea is holding on. And that's just what it is. But Porsha did not post, from what we understood. She did not post Shamea's song. I don't know if they were saying she posted it in her stories, but we know after 24 hours, that disappears. If that's really your best friend, y'all on the show together, why would you not post her song? Because you really don't want her to get no more extra shine than she already is getting. Because you don't want to share your platform for real, but you kind of don't have a choice right now on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, she's on the platform now, but you don't really want to share your platform with her in an equal way. You want her to be your best friend, your hanger-on, your cheerleader. But her actually being the star of the show, you don't want that. That's the same thing as her not wanting Drew to film with Dennis. Like, why? Why does it matter? Because you don't want to share, because you don't want to share anything you have, because you want to be the star of the show, even if you're not really the star of the show. Like, that's just what it is with Porsha. That's why I keep telling y'all, like, it's very weird the way women will be on the internet fighting, windmilling on behalf of Porsha. But Porsha would never do that for you, because she doesn't do that for any woman. She don't even do that for the women that do that for her. I always think it's so weird when people will defend somebody that would not piss on them if they were on fire. Girl, some of y'all are very weird. Y'all call people haters and all of that, and it's just like, girl, you can call me whatever you want to. If you think I'm hating, please think I'm a hater. Go ahead. I really could care less. I think that you're a minion. I think you're a dick rider. I think you don't have a personality of your own. Like, I think a lot of things about you based on your opinion. So if you want to think I'm a hater based off mine, girl, make a video about it. Okay. Let's press. What else was said from the housewives sector? Let me see. Let's go to Mia.
Well,
Yes.
when I bring this up, I'm only using it as a reference. So for knowing you 20 plus years in any other type of
You know, I was
situation,
about to
that
knock the
type,
brakes off our head, right? You know that, right? We've seen that happen.
allegedly.
So when the growth was to exit.
Yes.
And let's be real. Okay, can we talk about it?
Yeah.
And I'm a name drop. Giselle knows daggone well that she would not speak to me that way if there was no security and not the platform. She would get her head knocked off by anybody talking to anybody that way. So the fact that I got up and I was being the bigger woman and I exit left, that, let's just be real. Like, who's being real here? She's like, you know,
It's never you. You never real, girl. You a liar. I just heard somebody talking about what Erica De Niro. I watched Erica De Niro talking about how you was up there pretending like you didn't know who the baby daddy was. All the while you had gotten pregnant via IVF, so you absolutely knew who the fuck the daddy was, but you thought you could use a messy ass lie like that so that you could have a storyline. Y'all, she's a part of the reason why I stopped watching Real Housewives of Potomac. Giselle and them and their whole production team and how they did Candace, like, all of that is one reason. And the other reason is I saw that they were centering Mia, and I don't believe anything going on with Mia, so I'm no longer engaged or interested, because I know whatever's going on is not real. And it's something that she's coming to us with that's bullshit so that she can have a storyline. So I'm not doing that. So that's why I was not engaged. I did not care. I ain't really been paying attention. I was not watching. Okay. I don't know what happened, girl, for the most part. I saw the reunion show and I barely cared about that. I just wanted to know what had happened in case somebody asked me about it, girl, because it's my job. Not because I actually was interested or gave a fuck.
like, you're not out here talking to people like that. You're being a fake. You're phony. You're doing
Hot calling kettle.
On it because of what's going around. So, and I don't know how to do fake. I don't know how to do phony. I keep it real, right?
girl, girl, you lie your ass. I keep it real, right? No, bitch, you don't. You is a liar.
And I would have really knocked her head off.
First of all, keeping it real and hitting somebody are not the same thing. And I need for y'all to understand that. This is the perfect example of how just because somebody will enact violence against somebody, it does not mean they are real. It doesn't mean they are real, y'all. It just means that they're too dumb to verbally spar with somebody. Because at the end of the day, you really should have been able to flip that on Giselle and talk about her parenting if it mattered all that much to you. Like, what you gonna hit her for? Because she was telling the truth. That's why. So don't sit up here and act like, oh, I'm so real. Girl, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay. So I had to leave.
Well,
I didn't think it's okay. And I actually apologized to her. And
then you got in my face. Then you, at her, when she was a man, you jumped up from your wherever you were sitting, got in my face, and tried to act like you was gonna do something to me.
Hold up. Let me, because y'all know I want to make sure.
My children out your mouth, Mia.
No, you keep my children out my mouth.
I haven't talked about your children. I talked about you. I talked about you. I talked about you.
You getting in my face?
What was this? What's the show?
At the end.
Oh, this was at the end.
Yes.
They showed
Oh,
at
yes,
the end of the night.
No, they did not show it.
they didn't show it.
They didn't show
That's
it.
because
It
you
happened.
were saying that I was a terrible mother.
You have acted like that
And
this season, a terrible mother, and I stand by that. No woman, no mother would put their child on a platform to discuss his paternity. No mother would do that. No mother.
That's that's it.
Girl, bye. Girl, bye. This is one of them times I'm going to go ahead and agree with Giselle. Y'all clock it. I agree with Giselle. At the end of the day, you can fight all you want to. Honestly, I'm one of them people that's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to whip my ass. I still said what the fuck I said, which is that you're a bad mother because you were willing to sacrifice your child's emotional safety so that you can have a storyline on the show that nobody believed. Like, you're desperate and you're pathetic. And I don't care that you're going to put your stripper heels on and try to fight somebody because I'm an old, I ain't about to try to fight you. I'm going to find something to knock you over the fucking head with. Listen, we're not doing all of this. You mad because somebody calling you out on being a despicable, desperate, pathetic ass, lying ass bitch. And, I'm sorry, Mia, but Giselle was right. And if you want to get into a physical brawl about it, run up and find out what's going to happen. Do you have enough money to pay the lawyer's fees? Do you have enough money to pay the lawyer's fees? Do you have the time to take off? Okay, that isn't, I'm just clocking how many times I see this fucking van circling my block, okay? I'm just clocking how many times I see this van circling my block, y'all, okay? Now I done looked at the back, now I'm about to be able to tell if that's the same one rolling around here. Know what the fuck going on? Anyway, y'all, yeah, Mia sounds crazy. Let's move on. Do whatever you gonna do, ma'am. Do whatever you gonna do, but you're still a liar. Do whatever you gonna do, but you're still a liar. Still a liar. We don't care. Okay, sweetie. Now, y'all remember we talked about this. And I told y'all how I do not like the way they pretend as if people are friends or cool on the show. Bringing in Mimi through Sweet Tea, acting like they was friends, acting like they was cool and all of this, right? And then when Mimi flips, now all of a sudden Mimi looks like a weirdo, okay? So this was Sweet Tea coming on to let us know. Somebody said in another thing, Mimi nor her long chin husband are your friends. He does have a really strong, he has a strong chin. He does. Sweet Tea says, we were never real friends. They were cast and we were asked to invite them onto the show. There were even plans for me to film in her office, which I refused. I heard it through the grapevine that they wanted to have a storyline with me seeing Mimi and painting me to be crazy. Funny how some call themselves real friends, yet plan an entire season without even consulting you of what the plans are. Now, sweet tea girl, I'm telling you, I do not like I don't disbelieve, right? I don't disbelieve you here. Okay. I do believe that they may have been, trying to make you look crazy, but I also feel like based on what we understand, you were making yourself look crazy. You were making yourself look crazy because you were out of control of yourself. Okay. And you and your husband had that in common. Y'all both get upset, get in y'all feelings, and now y'all are not acting in control of yourselves. Okay. I don't really know too much about Mimi. I don't know if she'll be back, considering the fact that we really did not see anything from her, but how she was being implemented into these scenes, whether to be on Sweet Tea and Greg's side or to be on the group side. I don't know if she'll be back, because Married to Medicine loves to bring somebody in and then take them off and, never to be seen or heard from again. Okay. She says, I chose to go my own route and film what was authentic to me, not anyone else's storyline. I think when I took a different approach, people didn't know how to handle it, so they grasped at anything to create a false narrative against me. What's false? What's false? If you actually went and had that therapy session with Mimi, I think what you were actually scared about is that they were going to pull out of you what's going on between you and Gregory, because you feel like you want to protect Gregory from whatever abuse claims people are making about him. You were not going to film that scene. That had nothing to do, I feel like, it's my opinion, I don't think it had anything to do with making you look crazy. I think they were trying to save you. They were trying to give you a way out. I think a lot of the women on the show were trying to give Sweet Tea a way to separate herself from Gregory. And because that was causing issues inside her household, because she is the wife, she doesn't want to do that. Well, like, what do you want from everybody? What do you want from everybody? When Contessa and all of them was like, do you want to stay? Maybe you should, try to have a conversation with Gregory or separate yourself from what he's doing. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to stand beside your man. Well, that's what you did, baby. That's what you did. That's why we saying you should just go ahead and leave the show if that's what you want to do, because you and Gregory are complaining about what it's like being on the show. Somebody was like, well, why should Quad leave the show? Why? Quad has been on the show since the show has been on, and it doesn't matter that she's not married to medicine. She's a part of the show. I don't know why y'all keep going back to that. Also, Quad never complained about being on the show. Quad's issue was y'all trying to kick her off the show. Quad has always showed up when it was time to tape for Married to Medicine, whether they wanted her to be there or not, which tells me Quad wants to be on the show. So why should she leave? Sweet Tea and Gregory are complaining about being on the show. That's the reason why it's like, well, if it's all of that, if you're having such a hard time, go ahead and leave then, girl. Go ahead and go. It is very simple. But to me, I feel like you keep trying to protect Gregory when the show and the women on the show are trying to give you a way out. That's what it feels like to me. You don't want to take the way out because you want to stand beside your man. Well, understand that you're going to have to roll with him till the wheels fall off. You can't be mad at the women. You can't be mad at the show because they're asking you to separate yourself from him because he's causing issue with you being on the show. If you really want to be on the show. And I think she does. I think she wants to be on Married to Medicine. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna need for Sweet Tea to figure it out. Either you want to be on the show or you don't. Either you're gonna be a grown woman and be able to create some separation between you and your husband, or you're gonna stand beside him. But you can't do both. Figure it out, because you confusing the shit out of all of us. Okay, and that's just my opinion on it. So let's move on. I really was trying to understand what was happening. Let me slide. Do I see it? Toni and Tamar is what I'm looking for. I feel like I first saw Toni wanted to repost that gorgeous picture of you, but I'm blocked again. Anyway, happy birthday, Tay. Tamar said, or you could have called #gaslighting. Oh, wow. So to Toni, Friday, thinking of you, heart. Are you in LA? Yesterday at 8 p.m. she answers ATL. She said, y'all gonna stop playing with me. It's my birthday. I'm celebrating with my friends and not bothering a soul. You did it to be mean, like we don't talk. Happy birthday to me anyway. Love you too. Tamar, I would love to agree with you, but why is she blocked? I need to understand. If y'all cool, if y'all good, if y'all texting, why is she blocked on social media? To me, it's gas. You're the one doing the gaslighting in this moment. You just mad she said something publicly. But why is she blocked? Like, why? Make it make sense. If y'all you posting the text messages talking about, oh, y'all have been talking, or I'm selling. Why is she blocked then, Tamar? Why is she blocked, baby? Girl, hello. What am I, if I'm blocked on social media, what am I fucking texting and calling for? I think the point is, why am I blocked on Instagram, but you talking to me via text? What is that about? It almost feels as if you was hoping somebody noticed that you blocked her or y'all wasn't following each other or whatever the fuck. It's almost giving like you was hoping that was going to turn into a moment. That's what it felt like to me. Like, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. But I'm wondering, did I save anything else where they was going back and forth? But sometimes, y'all, I really cannot deal with Tamar, because Tamar likes to act like, everybody else is the problem. And listen, when you look at their family dynamic, I absolutely feel like there's something to be said for the way their family works, causing issues within the children who have now turned into adults, right? But Tamar, they make so many excuses for you, ma'am. They really, really do. And it's quite exhausting to see how over the years people have allowed you to act like a fucking brat just because you're the youngest. And I believe recently she talked about being assaulted as a child. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me in the comments. But I've always felt like something must have happened to Tamar, because everybody treats her like it's not just about her being young. It's about, we left her, something happened to her. And so now the way we allow her to act the fool with us is us kind of showing her grace, because nobody was there with her and she was harmed. She was hurt. Like that, to me, that's what it was given, right? Y'all, I don't know if y'all have recognized that, but I feel like to me, this is what happened with Scrappy and a lot of the women in his life. Like, that they've been through something terrible, and that they have a lot of like retroactive trauma from the abuse, the abuse things that have happened long ago. They're still having a hard time with it. So you show them grace and you placate them and you handle Tamar with kid gloves, because what she's actually been through and shit like that. But at the same time, if you don't hold people accountable when they act a fool, what ends up happening is they consistently act a fool. That's what ends up happening. Anyway, back to my happy birthday. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything with all of this. Talking about y'all gonna stop playing with me. Okay, crazy. Like, listen, out here in New Orleans, girl, that's what we would call Tamar. All right, crazy. Y'all know crazy coming over. New Orleans people, please tell me that my family wasn't the only one that would call somebody crazy. Like, once you can't, like, that motherfucker crazy, ain't no talking to them. They gonna act a fool. They don't understand logic. Like, they crazy. Listen, crazy coming over here today, so prepare yourself. Girl, Tamar is crazy as far as I'm concerned. Okay, and girl, whatever. You upset, you won't have an issue with your sister. Listen, whatever. Okay, I know one thing. I was laughing my ass off. I saw a clip of them too, where she always making fun of how Toni sing, right? Sorry, I'm thinking about the video and say, okay. Oh, I'm gonna feel away. Ooh. Tamar be so aggravated that Toni sing like that, y'all. It be so funny. And see that end of it is we deserve respect. But we can't demand respect without the hate. The time when we must go our own way. Oh. Listen, it is hilarious to me. I hate I hate when they fight because when they get along, they're the best. Do you hear me? When Tamar and Toni and the rest of the sisters were getting along and they would get together and make music, like it's one of them situations where you just really wish people would like stop being assholes all the time because you enjoy seeing them together. It's one of them situations. Yes, Toni sings like Anita. You know who else sings like Mary J? A lot of the girls sing like Anita, like real deep in a register, like just real in a whole throat, open. Okay. Let's not forget, Tamar and Toni gave us gold with Dingaling of gold. He must have a dingaling of gold. Of gold. Listen, I love them though. It's your crazy family members that you can't be around all the time, but every once in a while when y'all get together, bitch, it's a good time, okay? He must have a zingaling of gold. Okay, listen for the people. Okay. All right, let's move on, y'all. Let's get into Young and Me. All right. So, as the lesbian turns, okay, I need for y'all to know that the gay people have just as much mess going on in their relationships, if not more. Okay, especially the lesbians, girl. Okay, the lesbians be out here stressing each other the fuck out. Okay. I can already tell y'all that this was a toxic relationship based on the hair. Okay, let me explain. So whenever you see the lighter complected, soft hair stud, but it's in locks, right? Did you see how Young and May locks look right here? This is when you need to know you're gonna be with an incense, weed smoking, old disrespectful ass stud bitch that wants to be a nigga, right? They don't actually want to be a nigga, but they act like they want to be a nigga. This is not for the men to be like, oh, you want to be. No, shut up. Nobody's talking to y'all. Okay. This is about the fact that they act toxic like men, right? This is what this is about. This is why I can't get with some of the studs these days. Y'all are very confusing. Okay. You would think being in a relationship with a woman would mean you have decentered males. This is not the case. A lot of the studs in the films, whether they are gay or not, they are literally acting out a toxic relationship between a man and a. Okay, that's what they doing. All right, y'all. I didn't clock this van again. Y'all. Okay. Listen, they might live in the neighborhood. I don't know. That don't look like the one that was sitting outside my door, so I'm gonna leave it alone. That might be my neighbor's car. Child, everybody got a Highlander. Everybody got a fucking Highlander. Do you hear me? Anyway, so like I was saying, Young and May, I can already tell based on Young and May's look, she might be toxic, she might be abusive, she might be narcissistic, she gonna play games, okay? Now, the wiggage of the young lady is given a chick, okay? I'm a hood chick. I used to be with men, but now I'm with a stud chick, and I want the stud chick to act like a nigga, okay? I want the stud to act like a man. I might have a child. I want the stud to be a step daddy too. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm not yet because I'm just clocking and paying attention, y'all. I'm looking out my window. Okay. I gotta pay attention because somebody was sitting outside my door for way too long. Okay. So I'm just paying attention. All right. That wasn't the same call. It was a different color. But I'm just telling y'all, I'm just clocking that there's buku fucking minivans driving down the street today. Okay. I don't normally be noticing. Okay. So it might just be people that live in the neighborhood. Don't worry about it, y'all. I got it. Now, unless I tell y'all somebody call the federal, it's all right. Okay. But anyway, I'm telling y'all, based on the hair of these two women, this is a toxic relationship. Okay, absolutely. They are calling the police on each other. They are fighting. Okay, they is beating ass. All right, that's what these two women are giving. So I can tell y'all already the relationship finna be toxic based on the wig, based on the locks. So Young M.A's ex-girlfriend is speaking out, claiming she was the one who nursed the rapper back to health, but ultimately had to leave the relationship. Recording and posting a video of what appears to be Young M.A at one of her most vulnerable and sickly times. In a post, she stated, "I got you to where you are now. I nursed you up every day and didn't even know you." Well, something's wrong with you. Start there. That tells me something's wrong with you. Okay. And no disrespect, because I love when everybody want to be nice and all of that. But you doing this for a woman you don't even know, and then you find out that she snakes you on the back end. Yeah, that's kind of on you. Just a little bit. Okay. And by the way, I do the leaving. I don't get broken up with. But why me leaving will also be mentioned. Girl, I don't know why y'all be like this. Sometimes people leave y'all. Sometimes you leave people. It doesn't mean anything. Okay. It really doesn't at the end of the day. Because sometimes people run because they ain't shit. That happens. Okay. She went on to say that she left because Young M.A was holding her back and allegedly didn't support her success or money moves. Okay. So I cleaned on yourself in the hospital and at home. Okay. That's a lot. When I first met you, you ended up like this within the next few weeks, telling me how you been sick but was hiding it from me. This was our first Valentine's Day. You was in the hospital twice with me. I got you to where, I think she meant where you are now. I nursed you up every day, all day, and didn't even know you. Let's be real. I left you. I had to leave you alone because you wasn't doing nothing but holding me back. You didn't like me having motion. You didn't like me making money. You hated on me. Tell him my full story in a few. We had no relationship problems. Only when I would get to looking cute and getting money, this girl would only want to be with me if I'm broke and not looking my best. Yes, because I'm going to tell y'all right. And to me, she did not have to post Young M.A in this.
Stop with them 2 pictures that you always post on there.
You did not have to post her in this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel, I don't know why y'all blurring her face out. That's weird. Like, we knew Young M.A was sick at some point.
Them 2 pictures that you always.
We knew she was sick, right? We glad that she has gotten her health up. But y'all, that's not surprising to me. I definitely can feel like the girl not lying. This not right. Don't get me wrong. Like, you posting her when she like this is fucked up to me. But at the same time, I also feel like that sounds about right. If you're in a toxic relationship with a stud that is playing the role of the man, a lot of the times they will want you not to get your own motion, have your own shit going on. They will. I've actually seen it before. Okay. They don't want you to actually be able to take care of yourself. For some reason, if they are in that role of, oh, I'm the nigga and all of that, they will actually want you to play this role of not being able to take care of yourself, because I think it emboldens inside them that they're the provider. Always trying to fill some type of like masculine role, some type of traditional gender role in a gay relationship. This is why I can't fuck with a lot of the girls, because they really have not been able to disconnect. The fact that you are literally living outside of traditional norms while still imposing traditional norms on their relationships. I hope that makes sense. Okay, hold up. I want to go to what Young M.A. said in response.
I mean,
She looks so much better now. Good for her.
I know y'all see this video going around on the blogs or whatever the case. Somebody I once upon a time was with posted me in the hospital at a vulnerable moment. Something that I've owned already. It's been 2 years. That was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? I had an unfortunate situation in my life, and I got sick. I got really sick. You understand? It's not really too much to say on it. It's something I already spoke about. You feel me? I got a whole music video talking about it. Something I express in my music often. You know what I mean? I'm a human. We go through things. We make mistakes. You feel me? I just didn't expect this person to do that. But it is what it is. I don't even know what to say. All I can do is let God handle it. You feel me? All I can do is let God handle it. That's just been always my phrase moving forward. Just moving with God, man. I just feel like that was just so foul though. You feel me? Like that's just foul. I don't even know how a person can have the urge or willing to want to even do something like that. That just speaks a lot. And I just never knew this was her character. You feel me? Like just never knew. But people be people sometimes and you just never know. And it is what it is. But this is something I've owned. Like I'm not ashamed of this. This is real. You know what I'm saying? I went through a time in my life that I was real dark. But I'm good now. I'm very healthy. And my supporters know that. Big mob shit. You already know what it is, man. Open Scars on YouTube. And I'm dropping that link. I ain't ashamed of nothing. It says a lot about this person's character, man. That's all I'm going to say, man. Reap what you sow.
Okay. All right. So let's see what the girlfriend said in response. Okay, hold up. Where is it at? Because I thought I had said here. Is this? Yes, this is it.
It's only y'all who follow me off a relationship that's trying to say like I'm evil, I'm nasty and all this kind of stuff. And like, I am nasty, but not in that kind of way. But yeah, the people that really know me, like they honestly know where I was coming from with it. Yeah, I don't know. If I would have knew, no, because even if I would have knew, I still wouldn't have went that route. But like I was just about to say, if I would have knew y'all was gonna take it like to the left and like make it seem like nasty, I could have made the caption like really juicy and like really, really nasty. Like I could have really did my big one when it came to the caption, but that wasn't the route I was taking it. But once again, a lot of stuff go over people's heads on the internet. And I really have something to say. Honestly, don't care. I know where I was coming from. But it's like if I turn my comments off, y'all ain't gonna be talking to me. So it's like, but one thing about it, I'm not gonna turn my comments off because I honestly
get to
when I did that post, but I'm trying to look at it from outside of my body into the next, like a third person. And I'm like, okay, it does look bad, but if you're smart and read the caption, it had nothing to do with trying to be nasty. But
what was the point?
Yeah, moral of the story is y'all can say what y'all want, y'all can come up with what y'all want. All I'm saying is if I turn my comments off, y'all won't be talking to me no more. I don't really check my DMs, so.
But why did you post the video? Can we get there?
Y'all still won't be talking to me. At the end of the day, you'll always be talking to yourself. I don't know you, y'all don't know me, y'all don't pay my bills, y'all don't take care of me, my child, or anybody else I take care of.
Oh, what did I say? Got a child. Step stud daddy.
I'm just trying to see how am I like really supposed to give a fuck?
We're trying to understand
what somebody done to me.
What she
like
did?
How y'all mad at me for telling my part of the story? That's a narcissist. I'm sorry, but then at the end of the day, I'm not about to sit here and keep explaining the route I was going with the video because y'all already took the route I was going to. And at the end of the day, who the fuck is y'all for me to explain anything to? I don't know y'all, just like y'all don't know me. I'm not about to honestly don't care. I'm sitting here and be just making videos, just trying to keep pleading the fifth. For who? Not you, bitch. Y'all about to have me really show my ass on here. I was really being nice, but I could really get like that. I can. So just just back up a little bit. Shawty, just hold on. I had to put myself first, little shit. That's not the route I was taking, but oh, honey, and then I think me laughing and smiling don't make it better. Like I said, I laugh at everything. I'm really only laughing because I don't make videos because I just feel like I'm talking to myself because nobody else is talking back. So I'm just sitting here making videos for pointless ass fucking people that I don't know. Sitting here and be just making videos.
Always my phrase.
So I'm confusion right now. Am I the only one that's confusion? Did she ever say what the issue was? Did the bit ever explain what the issue was? It's self-made. Okay, hold up, y'all. Let me go look because I thought that she would say something. I thought she would say something in all of this. Child, not her account private. I low-key want at my homegirl. Bitch, send me something off her page. Did she say anything? Cause I'm not about to follow you just for that. Like I'm not. Let me look and see if she actually said anything to make it all make sense. Because right now it doesn't make sense. Like you randomly posted a 2-year-old video of young M.A. in the hospital looking bad, telling us how you nursed her back to health and you left her, she didn't leave you. And we're just trying to understand, what did she do to you in order for you to do this? That's what we're all trying to like, what did young M.A. do? Because you up here talking to us about how you not finna be explaining yourself, But what did you ever explain? I'm so confused. I don't see any of the blogs posted what the original issue was and why you posted that video of young M.A. in such a compromising, vulnerable moment. We're just trying to understand, what did she do to you, girl? That's what we're trying to get to. Cause you telling us that, oh, she didn't want you to make no money and she was hating on you. Like, what was the point of all of that? Like, I'm confusion. It's definitely giving clout. It's definitely giving clout, y'all. It is giving you did it for attention. It is giving you did it so that you can get validation from strangers. That's exactly what it's giving. Even though you're saying, oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about what any of you think of me. I can just turn off my comments. Like, okay. But you still came to us with the bullshit.
I mean, I know y'all sees my phrase.
Y'all be talking to yourselves in my DMs. That's all I want to say. Is like, you're talking to yourself. This is my life, my story, bitch. Y'all wasn't mad when I was posting us happy on trips and stuff like that. Why you mad? I want to tell my breakup story now.
What's the breakup?
Why y'all mad?
What is the story? She said clout chasing is crazy. When I been knew about her sick and y'all found out a year later, I've been hiding and holding stuff in. I wish you would learn how to write though, because this is the second time you're writing in a way that I have to fill in words. Like, please, check it. I know we all be like just, emotional writing and shit, missing words because it was in your mind, but you ain't write it. Like, can you proofread before you post? Anyway, I've been hiding and holding stuff in, and I only got those vids, etc. Because dude, she was like that when I first met her, I accepted it, but dang, I'm not supposed to record my partner the whole 2 years because that's how she looked. Nah. And none of this is for laughs and giggles. That was our first Valentine's Day. I guess she meant I'm just telling my story. Now people been wondering why I've changed, etc. Time let y'all know. I'm so confused. Girl, I don't know nothing that's going on. Matter of fact, let me just make one more attempt to understand, y'all. Let me make one more attempt to understand what the fuck this young woman is talking about. Because at this current juncture, it's giving clout. It's giving clout. Okay, hold up.
What really made me go back this time, and just I didn't care about it because when I left in February, she Valentine's Day had came, and of course I wasn't gonna go spend Valentine's with her because I'm like I'm done with her. Why would I go back to Valentine's for the gifts and stuff? So I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna stay gone until my spot is. But then I'm just like, who Valentine's should I make? Because I was already gonna spend money on Valentine's. So who Valentine's? I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna send my mom some flowers to the house. So I ended up blocking her, and all I did was tell her, like, because she get the flowers from the front door, so I would do it like because my mom wasn't home. And she got him, and she ended up calling me like she's crying, saying like she's back falling back down that stage, she's back drinking, back not eating, back sleeping. So I went back this time just off of her health because I'm just like, I don't want nobody to be sick.
What's wrong with her health?
Soon as her drinking, like she got liver problems or whatever. So when she drinks, like if she drinks, it's over with. Like she's gonna fall back into that stage. So my whole thing was, I don't want nobody to ever be sick behind me. So I went back to basically heal her up. I healed her up within like a week, 2 days. And then that was that. Relationship perfect, stuff like that. And I kept telling myself, I'm gonna try to get my feelings back involved because all reality, I had already detached from it.
Right.
So I'm like, while I'm sitting here healing her up, I'm gonna try to get my feelings back involved, shit like that.
Right.
Relationship.
I think people just really wanted to know why you posted that because that's like I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but it's like that's kind of a serious thing to like do to somebody that you've been with for 3 years. It's kind of fucked up, like and mean,
Yeah. So basically, I posted just to show, like I was. That's how I met the girl. I was never using the girl, and that was that. I really took care of that girl, and just to end up like
Like you posted to show that you took care of her in that state.
That's how I met her in that state. So how am I ever using somebody?
No, but that's kind of embarrassing. Like that to post something like that. That's all. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
kind of fucked up.
No, that's true.
But
that was the reason behind the posting. It wasn't to be evil. If I wanted to be evil, like I would have put a lot into that caption. I really would have made that caption like.
No, because you said some fucked up shit. You said you cleaned her shit.
I did. And I don't want nobody to ever forget that. Like I don't want her. I cleaned her good shit. I did.
Because you loved her?
Yeah, because I loved her.
You said you met her and she was in a fucked up state like that. But you knew she was a rapper. So do you think you did that because she was famous?
No, hell no. So all reality, originally when I first met her, like I said, that happened within a month or whatever. And I kept trying to leave because, like I said, I had a life. I was doing a lot. Like I got a lot of bookings. I got people trying to fly out, shit like that. So I kept trying to leave. But then when she finally got to that state to where she couldn't walk to the bathroom herself or like get up and stuff, the only thing that came to my mind was, what if I leave and then I get on Instagram and I see like rest in peace? So my conscience, and then like I said, I didn't know nobody to call. I didn't know her people, shit like that. Everybody had left from around her. Nobody was calling to check on her. Nobody was doing anything. So I'm just like, do she have anybody? Like, but now I come to find out she was pushing them all away. But around that time, like I said, I didn't know. So I'm just like, she don't have nobody come to see her, check up on her, stuff like that.
But that was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago, though.
Yeah, huh?
That was 3 years ago, though. You're saying when you met her.
Yeah. So yeah, I stayed around from that point. I healed her up. It was like 6 months, and of course, within like me being around her every day, all day, taking care of her, I started growing love for her, and that's how I fell in love with her. Then she got good, and then it happened to her again. I still stayed again. I told her that second time, I said, look, I have a child. Now my kids seeing this, so if you don't get good, then I'm really gonna have to leave. And that's when she got all the way good. And then just recently, February, that's when it came back, but it didn't last as long as the other time.
Okay. So nothing happened, basically. This is just you just kind of being like.
No, just me telling my story. So yeah, just me telling the whole little breakup story.
Okay. No, because we thought something happened. Like, you know what I mean?
Like happened as in what?
No, like something happened for you to post that.
Oh no, I broke up with her because she didn't want to see me make money and stuff like that, and that was that. And I'm just tired of people thinking that she left me or because she ain't enough with. And it's like, no, I don't let people leave me. I leave people. So that was the thing. I'm tired of people taking it
You sound real immature. I'm gonna say that. You sound real immature. Like, I just wanted y'all to know that I leave people, they don't leave me. Girl, who fucking cares? Who cares?
In a whole different way, and that's that.
Okay.
Like they said that I was using her, she cheated on me, I wasn't genuine. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and show y'all how genuine I was. And nobody has cheated on me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's really all. I don't know. That's all I really wanted to know is why you posted. I think it's kind of fucked up to post something like that. Like, you know, I don't know. But I mean, I guess I thought something happened, that there was like some kind of like crazy thing that happened. But I guess it's just like regular girlfriend.
No, it's just a breakup for me breaking the silence, telling my story. That's all.
Right. So basically, your story is you got with her, you helped her. She made you stop making money.
The story is deep. That's why I found my TikTok. It's a lot. It's a lot of characters in it. The story is deep. It's besides this little stuff I'm talking about. Like the story is deep that led up to all of this.
So are you advertising for the fact that you're about to get on TikTok and do a story time about your toxic lesbian relationship with Young M.A? To be clear, the fact that you stuck around to take care of her gives opportunistic. It doesn't give you did it because, oh, you cared about her. You didn't even know her. To me, it sounds like you stayed and took care of her because you thought it would be laying the footwork for the relationship. Once she got back on her feet and was Young M.A again, you would reap the benefits of that. That's what it seemed like to me. Now, if you're going to, I love the fact that the woman above, whoever this lady is, I love the fact that she's us and we're her. Girl, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right. But it's just stuff that people go through, like relationship stuff that people go through. It's nothing crazy that happened. It's just regular that people go through. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. That's really all I wanted to know. I mean, to be honest with you, like the rest of this stuff is just whatever. I mean, I wish you guys all the best. And I appreciate you coming on this live and telling me the reason why you posted that picture. And yeah, that's it. That's good. Thank you so much. You look great.
Thank you. Then when Valentine's came, what really made me go back this time.
All right. Well, I feel like we got to the bottom of it at least. We got to the bottom of it. Okay, I feel like we got to the bottom of it. You just wanted to use your relationship with her to get clout. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. You wanted to reap some type of benefits from the relationship and you didn't, and you got out of it. Okay. Whatever the situation is, you're not going about it in the right way. It's giving, yes, it's giving bird, it's giving immature, it's giving full of yourself, it's giving slightly delusional, which a lot of the girls are. A lot of the girls are like this, okay? So yeah, let's press on. Did we though? I feel like we did. I feel like we did though. I think we did. Until she releases more information about the relationship, what we're surmising is you're allowing the internet to make you feel a way, and you're responding to the internet by putting information out about Young M.A that is, you know, in bad taste. It's in bad taste for you to post that video. You knew it would get the response that it got. You knew people would be like, wait, what the fuck going on here? You knew it would make people pay attention to you. And it did. Because I don't know you. I don't know you. Like, I know who Young M.A is, but I'm not a part of Young M.A's internet shit like that. Meaning that I don't know what's going on with Young M.A the way some of the gay girls know what's going on. Because I already know my homegirl was following her because they went together. You saw them together and followed both of them. Like, like I saw my friend as one of her followers on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, so when I go see my friend, I'm gonna have to go and look at your page on her page because I'm not about to follow you for that. Okay. But yeah, it's absolutely given. You just wanted attention. You wanted some type of validation from that relationship, and that's why you put that out there. And I think it is a sign of your character because that was unnecessary. You could have came out and told your story without that, but you wanted that shock value. You wanted somebody to quickly pay attention to you, even though you wasn't ready to tell us shit. It makes it seem as if ain't nothing really happened in that relationship, but you want to act like something happened in that relationship. Girl, go make your money and find another stud stepdaddy. Go find another stud stepdaddy, girl. Okay? Get away from us with this. Now let's move on. Let's talk about Jonathan Majors. Okay. So I don't argue with the girls about Jonathan Majors anymore. I let y'all have it. If y'all did not think, based on the information we had from that trial, that Jonathan Majors may have some anger issues, may not be wrapped too tight mentally, telling people to be his Coretta, and the fact that Megan Good is up there on somebody's television talking about being his Coretta, to me that gives both of them motherfuckers something wrong with them. Okay, and I told y'all back when the whole thing happened with Grace Jabari that men like him purposefully seek out women that are desperate or got some type of crazy factor to them, because first of all, those women are easier to manipulate, and then it's easier to make those women look like the bad guy when you do something to assault or abuse them. When we first talked about the case of which he was convicted and charged in, we watched that video. Y'all was like, oh, she was running after him. So that means that the abuse that happened the previous September, when she wanted to call the police and go to the hospital, and he told her that he would unalive himself if she went to the hospital. To me, as soon as I saw him threatening to unalive himself if she went to the hospital, that's what let me know this is an abuser. This is an abuser. That let me know that automatically. Only men that abuse women threaten to unalive themselves in order to control whatever the woman was going to do. I saw enough. That let me know the nigga wasn't safe. They also did a whole article about him. I believe it was in Rolling Stone. It might not have been Rolling Stone. It might have been somewhere else. I just can't remember right now. But they did a whole breakdown of his history of being volatile, his history of being successful, but also being mean and going at people in a way that made them feel uncomfortable. A lot of men know how to, extend themselves energetically in a way that makes it so that they go right before they get to the point where somebody can actually call the police on them. Okay. They do everything up right before, you know what I'm saying? This is the nigga that will scream in your face and all of that, like screaming in your face and doing all of this, but he won't actually put his hands on you, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I told y'all something was wrong with this man. And when Megan got with him, I was like, something is wrong with Megan as well. And everybody, y'all like to rewrite history. So ever since the case has been over and Megan and him have been doing their social media bullshit where they get up here, they go to all of these various platforms and they smile and they pretend like everything is, and then we're supposed to be forgetting what happened. The more they show up as the happy black couple, the more we're supposed to forget that you strangled that white girl and you was in an abusive, toxic relationship with her and you got charged for that, and Megan put her own image in front of you to protect you when she stumped through the courtroom with you. Okay? That's what's been going on. I told y'all last time we talked about him when he put out a story about his, assault as a child. I believed him, but I also felt like he was using it in order to soften his image. You make people feel sorry for you. They forgive you for your bad actions. Assume that you changed. Assume that you're different now, just based off of the fact that you've made them feel sorry for you in some respects. Okay. That's what I felt from the young man. That's what I felt. So first, we're going to listen to the first thing that came out this past week, which was the audio of him admitting to strangling the ex-girlfriend. Even though I didn't need to hear this audio because I saw the text messages when the court situation was going on, when they were actually going through the court process, the court case. I saw that he had threatened to unalive himself because she wanted to go to the police from an incident that happened, from an incident that happened in September 2022. Whatever happened September 2022, she wanted to go to the hospital because she had a concussion. Her head was hurting. And she was like, I want to go to the hospital. And he was like, you can't go to the hospital because then they'll know it was me. They'll know I did something to you. It's going to ruin my career. You have to be my Coretta. You have to protect my image. And this is my problem with y'all. This is my problem with all of y'all that go along with this shit. He did it. He did whatever she said he did, but y'all wanted to believe that he didn't do it because all that matters is this black man's image, not actually who he is, but the image that's being projected. So let's listen.
I never wrestled with a woman before, and it's just I've never addressed like
You strangled me and pushed me against the car.
all those things are under addressed.
Yeah.
You know, like that's never happened to me. So I
Because I said something sarcastically, if in your eyes.
clearly it's more than that.
Yeah.
Clearly that
Something inside of
I never wrestled with a woman before, and it's just I've never addressed like
You strangled me and pushed me against the car.
all those things are under addressed.
Yeah.
So I need for y'all to understand what she's talking about happened in September 2022. This is before the incident that happened in what was it? April or something like that. It was early 2023 when the shit happened and we saw the video, and that's what they went to court for. But the court used the previous situation to prove that he was being abusive towards her, right? So if you didn't understand, because, you know, she's holding the phone, she was recording him. Y'all get mad when women get evidence, but they usually get evidence because somebody has already done something and then lied about it. So now the next time you do something, I need to get proof because you're going to act like I'm crazy. Most women understand this when they're in abusive relationships. At some point, you're going to have to start documenting this shit. Okay? Because when you try to get out, when you try to leave, people won't believe you. I don't know why y'all get mad when women start to collect evidence. Be more mad about the fact that they have evidence to show you versus being mad that they got the evidence, okay? But in the audio, Majors openly acknowledges that he aggressed Jabari. Such weird wording, right? Expressing shame and insisting that he had never aggressed a woman before. I don't believe him. Jabari recounts how he strangled and pushed her against a car, to which Majors admits, yes, all those things are under aggressed. Yeah. That's never happened to me. I don't believe him. I don't believe. Look, somebody added me in it, bitch. Look, 2 people added me in it. Yeah, I know y'all. I saw it. And I believed, you know, the girl previously, because at the end of the day, like, come on, bro. Like, the man was showcasing himself to be unstable. And then y'all also have to understand, if a man is in a relationship with a woman that's crazy, 9 times out of 10, that nigga's crazy too. Okay? All right. So this was just him admitting to whatever it is that he did to her. He's admitted it via text message that was in the court documents as well. Okay. So this comes out. Then what's the next thing that we see from Jonathan Majors? Because like clockwork, we got to clean it up. Jonathan Majors and Megan Good get married in small ceremony in their LA home.
You talked about everybody getting engaged. You're engaged.
Yeah.
I see that ring. How is that? You two just seem perfect together.
It's amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can't stop smiling because God is just so interesting, you know, and I would have never anticipated what may seem like the craziest season, like outwards to people, being the most peaceful, freeing, joyful, fun, adventurous, self-discovery. I mean, all those things for me. I'm just in a place of like peace and just complete thankfulness. And even now, as I look around, like there's been this kind of big chapter in space where, you know, I was constantly growing and shifting and being molded and learning and realizing and all these things. And so now I'm just like, okay, now where's the next part of that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I don't know what's next, but I'm just really excited about it.
You talk.
Also, I need for y'all to know that Megan is somewhat of a Jesus freak, and, you know, no disrespect to y'all out there that are Christians, but whenever people are Jesus freaks, but they live a life that I feel like some way contradicts, it's usually because they're using religion as a scapegoat or as some type of shield. They use religion as a shield, right? Like if I throw God in it, that adds validity to it. This shit might look crazy to y'all, but it's not crazy to God. God is so amazing because God wants me to be in a relationship with a man who just got out of an abusive relationship with another woman. To me, it's insane for you to expect us to believe that this relationship is all of these great, beautiful things when this man is exactly who he is to you and who he was previously with that woman. You know, a lot of women like that mentality of, oh, certain women bring certain things out of a man. I believe that on some level, but mostly that's bullshit. Mostly that's bullshit to me. Mostly that's women trying to convince themselves that a problematic man won't be a problematic man with them because they want the man so bad. Let's listen.
This for you, Jonathan.
First of all, the way he's holding his mouth, like him looking like this is automatically feel love, feel empathy, feel bad for me. I'm just telling y'all what I'm seeing. You could agree, disagree. I don't care. I'm telling you what I see.
You found love with actress Megan Good. And
y'all, this is such bullshit to me. Like, it is such bullshit to me to watch like all these black media places go along with this bullshit. And I feel like it's bullshit because there hasn't been enough time between that last relationship and this relationship for y'all to act like what they're showing us is real.
And I read that y'all got married yesterday. You's a married man. You's a married. What had happened here? You got to tell me about this day.
I said to Megan yesterday, I said, today might be the happiest day of my life.
Oh my God. Somebody said y'all just mad because ain't nobody ever cried for y'all. Girl, listen. Whenever niggas cry, I'm going to take y'all back. I'm going to take y'all back to the 5 heartbeats. I'm going to find this clip so I can put it in here. But in the 5 heartbeats, before they got arrested, before the racism, okay? Matter of fact, let me see if I can find this motherfucking clip. I want to see if I can find it. Because I need y'all to understand that men know that their tears manipulate women, right? This man is an actor. This is somebody that can cry on cue. So the fact that y'all be so willing to take the tears as honesty when really it's manipulation, y'all, I'm gonna have to go and find the clip because I can't see. I'm looking right now and I don't see it nowhere that I'm looking. But JT said, if a woman catches me in a lie, all I have to do is just bust out and cry. That's all I got to do is just cry. And then when I cry, she's going to forgive me. She's going to feel sorry for me. And if she tells somebody I cry for, I just lie. Because back in the day, you know, this was the 50s and the 60s. That time frame, ain't no man supposed to be crying over no woman no how. Okay, you ain't supposed to be crying no way. But in this time frame where you can actually express emotions, because if you express emotions, then you're showcasing yourself and that is, you know, oh, he can cry. That's supposed to be showing us that he is emotionally intelligent, right? Him showing his emotions, that's supposed to be healthy. But in actuality, it's a manipulation because you know how women respond to men crying. You automatically feel like, oh, look at that black man showing his feelings. I have to be accepting of this black man showing his emotions because we know the men don't really show their emotions. So you can't critique, criticize, or you can't not trust his tears because then it's going to look like you're not accepting of this black man's emotions. And you're being toxic because you're not letting this black man cry and express himself. And I'm just like, yeah, nah, that's not what this feels for me. This feels like I'm going to act and I'm going to project as much as I possibly can that I'm so in love and so enamored. I also want to remind y'all that men who are like this, y'all, they are abusive. Like I've literally seen it with white men. I don't know how many movies, documentaries y'all have seen. But white men are good for this. White men are good for banging your head between a washing machine and a dryer and not in a good way and then crying about it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know I'm terrible. I know I'm the fucking worst. I hate myself. They do all of that after they didn't hit your ass. And that's supposed to make you be like, oh no, I know it was just a mistake. Your dad, your childhood. No, it's not you. Don't feel like that. And you know, like, get the fuck out of here. This game has been written way too many times. Like, you see niggas start to beat themselves up when they fuck up. And you just supposed to be like, no, don't be like that. I love you. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's a manipulation. You did something wrong. So if you want to beat yourself in the fucking head after you put your hands on that woman, please. Matter of fact, let me give you something to hit yourself with. The fuck?
Yeah, I love that woman so much.
Listen to you bitches in the crowd. Oh, she's his Coretta.
So how did it happen? Well, I asked the father first, right, in Paris, if that was all right.
Okay, so 2 things here. I did it the right way. I asked her dad. Her dad approves of me. So y'all shouldn't feel like I'm knocking her head between the washing machine and dryer because her dad approves of me. And oh, on top of that, I did it in Paris. Oh yeah, she gonna get experiences with me.
He said, that's cool. My mother's a pastor, and she came to the premiere.
Your mama's a pastor? Oh, that scares me even more.
LA screening.
Yeah.
We had told her that, hey, we're gonna do this thing. And we did. My mother married us yesterday. Her mother was there. Yeah. Her mother.
See, all of this is to showcase that his family, her family is approving of him. She did the same thing. She told us how much her parents love him. And I will tell y'all time and time again, if an abusive man ain't going to do nothing, he is going to enmesh himself with your family and friends. He is going to prove to be the best in sliced bread. That way, when he start beating your ass, they won't believe you. Because he showcased himself to be so great to your parents. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. All of this can be seen as truth, and it can also be seen as a manipulation.
Was there, and yeah, we had these rings, and we got them engraved in Hawaii. But after I spoke with her father again, and we finally got to do it. But it was always a plan, you know. So
wow,
yeah.
I love this for you, Jonathan. You found love.
Just sniffling and crying.
You're a married man. What
Okay, I think they probably not gonna show us much more.
What happened here? You got to tell me about this day.
You know, listen. Oh my God. Yo, hold up, Chris. Chris is giving Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. You better fucking say it. You better fucking say it. You better fucking say it. That is a great comparison. Let me see if I can find that right quick. Tom Cruise on Oprah jumping on the couch. We will always remember this moment. It lives rent-free. Hold up. Let me see if I can get it up here. I want to see if I can get it up here. YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. Okay. Yeah, this tab.
Never seen you behave this way before.
I know.
Have you ever felt this way before? So this is interesting, Tom. We've never seen you behave this way before.
I know.
Have you ever felt this way before?
I want this one to play.
See, I'm wearing 2 wires and I'm sprinting as hard as I can. I hit the side of the wall, climb up on the wall, and I'm supposed to run past Kim.
Sorry, y'all. It's just sharing all kind of shit right now. My bad. I'm trying to find it. But I want y'all to remember that if y'all did not know, the old girl, Katie Holmes, had to escape Tom Cruise. She had to escape Tom Cruise. Y'all know there's a joke. There was a joke on Family Guy where Tom Cruise basically had Katie and a whole bunch of gay men locked in some cages on his property. And when the electricity ran out, she went and freed all of the gay men so that they could leave. People were joking about that before then people even broke up.
This is interesting, Tom. We've never seen you behave this way before.
I know.
Have you ever felt this way before? You're gone. You are gone. This is the thing.
I'm gone.
Are you sleeping? Are you getting enough sleep?
No, I'm not.
No.
We got here last night. We had, what was that place? popcorn.
Garrett's popcorn? You went to Garrett's popcorn?
We had the cheese and the caramel popcorn.
The cheese and the caramel?
Then I had to have the Giordano's pizza.
Oh my God.
And then we had to finish it off with fudge pot, you know, at about...
I want y'all to understand he's doing the same thing that old boy was just doing, just differently, right? So as he is explaining all of the things that they did, this is showing y'all how well he's treating this woman. Oh, I took her here. We went there. We did this. We did that. It's the same thing as, we were in Paris. Oh, and then I proposed again after I talked to her dad again in Hawaii.
1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. No, we had, they sent it over. We didn't, we were in the hotel, you know.
Yeah, you're Tom Cruise.
So right. You're Tom Cruise. So you didn't even go to these places. You had them all go get it and bring it to you. Right? Same thing.
You can get a little fudge pot sent over. And so, but Tom, you've never, listen to me. Let's focus here. Okay. You've never had this kind of feeling before, right? No? Obviously not.
I honestly, I haven't.
Really?
And honestly, y'all, if you knew how long he was with Nicole Kidman, you would know how disrespectful and bullshitty it is for him to say this. Oh, you've never been in love before? You was with Nicole Kidman for how fucking long?
I'm not going to pretend.
I can see you're not. You know, Katie once told 17 magazine, yes.
Second time he just jumped on the couch.
Gone. The boy is gone. He's gone.
I am.
Okay. Katie once told 17 magazine that her dream was to marry Tom Cruise. So you know, I've been in the dream making business this year. Are you in the dream making business?
I don't want to disappoint her.
Same response from the host, same response from the crowd. Eating it up.
Something I have to discuss with her personally, but you know. No, she's listening.
Tom, does that mean you're going to ask her to marry you? Does that mean you're going to ask her to marry you, Tom?
Okay, I got it today. You're late.
So does that mean you're going to ask her to marry you?
I got to discuss it with her.
You got to discuss it. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Everybody's going, oh my God.
You know, so I mean, I just think that when something special happens, the way I feel about it, it's something. Thank you.
Okay, I just want y'all to see the parallel.
The married man.
He's black, so you can't be jumping all on the couch because you black, right? But Sherry Shepherd is giving the same type of Oprah energy, right? Mothering. Okay.
He might be the happiest day of my life.
And you've been in previous relationships that you're now going to erase. Now this is the happiest moment of your life to the point that you about to cry on cue. Look at him. Look at him. And then he's touching the ring. All of this is, I'm sorry, y'all, manipulative. Look at him. Oh my God. Look, she's holding his hand.
I asked the father first, right, in Paris, if that was all right. He said, that's cool.
This shit is so weirdly like parallel. It's crazy to me. But I did want to show it, I did want to show y'all that at the end of the day, y'all can play these games and act like what y'all seeing is real all y'all want to. Y'all can be in the comments acting like, oh, we're all hating and all of that shit. And I just want to tell y'all, bull cocky. Bull cocky, goddammit. This is manipulation, and I'm gonna let it play out, and we'll just see how it all plays out. Now, I'm gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back with more, girl. I hope y'all in the show. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow BondyBlue Bites, where I cut up these lives and post the content on BondyBlue Bites. I'm at 5,050 something. So I'm trying to get my views up. I'm trying to get my shit up over there. So please subscribe to BondyBlue Bites while we take this quick break. And when I come back, we're going to get into Monique. We're going to get into Tiana Taylor and Iman, Jess Hilarious, and Lauren from Breakfast Club. All right.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and get into Monique and Tyler Perry, right? So if y'all did not know, Tyler Perry spoke at Angie Stone's funeral. And he had, some words to say about the way she was treated while she was alive. And then Monique had a problem with that. Because, of course, Monique always has an issue whenever she sees any type of hypocrisy over there with Tyler Perry. So let's listen.
Forgive me because I'm angry at the way she was treated. I did not know all the things that she was going through. Recently, I found out because I'm not on Instagram. I'm not being hooked and manipulated by an algorithm telling me what to think and how to feel. So I don't see everything.
I don't appreciate that shade you just threw out there. I don't. And I feel like that's a reflection of us questioning whether Christian was telling the truth. Christian Keys talking about you on the internet, whether that was you or not, and how everybody speculated. To me, it seems like Tyler is still mad that everybody thought he was down there playing with the people, child. That's what this felt like. So you're using this moment as a catalyst for your shit. Got it.
But to think that this woman was in the business for all of these years, and there's a difference between performing because you want to and performing because you have to. All of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her, where is it? It's wrong. It is wrong. And I'm tired of seeing us struggle and go through things and work hard and not reap the benefits of what we were supposed to reap. Y'all got to forgive me because I'm angry at the way she was treated. But you got to be careful when you start mistreating people, especially children of God, because the Bible says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. But you got to be careful when you start.
Touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. That's what y'all use to, that whole that's what equals don't tell black people down. That's what that feel like to me. Okay. Out of black church. So this is what Monique said in response to him getting up there and doing his old, I'm a pretend pastor for the moment shit.
Community is involved and they want to see how it's going to play out because the community is saying, wait a minute, hold up. We don't know this sister to be no bullshitter. We know she a loud mouth. We know she'll say some shit off the wall. But what we know about it is she true to her word.
And all I would ask you is two questions. The first question is, did you not just say it was wrong?
Tyler.
Did you not just say it was wrong, Tyler? To say she was difficult for not doing something that she was not contractually obligated to do? Did you not say that you would feel that that was wrong? Or am I missing something?
I absolutely said that, yeah.
So
I'm not saying it now. I will let all of this cool off when I get back out on the press tour to promote my next thing. I know we're going to talk about this. That is when I will talk about it. But no, it's too hot. It's too hot. Y'all heat it up.
The community is involved and they want.
So this was when she recorded him admitting that he had done her wrong and saying that he would publicly apologize. And it was as if she never really got that apology, right? We know her and Lee Daniels are fine, right? Her and Lee Daniels have worked with each other since then. So we know that, it seems that Oprah and Tyler may still not really see it for Monique, but Monique has absolutely made up with Lee Daniels. Okay, so let's not act like Mo is just mad about this situation forever just because she wants to be upset about it. I think once Lee Daniels came to her and rectified the situation, they were able to move on. But Tyler and them like to play in people's face and act as if they never did nobody wrong, and that's why they're above reproach. So this is what Mo had to say. We would like to give our heartfelt condolences to Angie Stone's family and friends. Sister Angie, we stand on the shoulders of the elders and ancestors like you. So please know that your fight inspired us to write this letter, and that the fight doesn't end with your passing, as it is only beginning. Dear Tyler Perry, I recently watched your heartfelt speech at Angie Stone's funeral, where you expressed frustration over her mistreatment by the music industry. It struck me and my husband Sydney as poignant, but also made us reflect on some unsettling discrepancies in your actions towards me. Number one, you expressed anger over Angie's mistreatment, yet you labeled me difficult to work with, despite never having worked with me. How can you condemn poor treatment of others when you've imposed the same on me? We have audio of you admitting you were wrong. Number two, you asked, where's the money she's owed? Well, where's my public apology that you promised me in 2016? The false narrative you perpetuated helped blackball me, costing me tens of millions. Where's the restitution for that? Number three, you mentioned being tired of us not receiving the benefits we deserve. Yet, you asked me to promote Precious for free without a contract or compensation, which highlights your double standard. Number four, you said we should be careful in how we treat children of God. As a man of faith, where is your responsibility to act with love and truth? You promised me an apology years ago, but it's yet to come. Unlike the music industry, which you rightly criticized, we have audio documentation of your actions. Shouldn't you be held accountable too? In closing, I hope your words at Angie's funeral inspire you to correct the wrongs done to me and my family. You have the power to do so. As you shared biblical teachings, please remember, what will it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? Mark 8:36. We await your response with love and respect. Monique and Sid.
Y'all gotta put.
Hallelujah. Okay. Now, listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Y'all, yes, it has been 16 years, girl. We know it has been a long time. But I'm gonna have to tell y'all she not wrong. Bitch, I hate to tell you she ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. And please don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like Tyler Perry knows this. Like, Tyler Perry knows that in some ways he cuts corners, but he'll pay the namesakes. He will pay them more than they ever get working with white production companies. He will pay them more. Okay. You've heard about it. But I feel like when he does shit like that, it's low key to offset how much you work the ones that's not namesakes. Like the people on Sisters, the people on the show Brothers, like all of those shows that he does with people that don't have a big name. I think those people get taken advantage of by the way you force them to work in short periods of time doing so much. And I feel like, you know, you not wanting to hire writers for a long time because you wanted to handle and control everything. Like, I do feel like everybody can act as if Monique is just being bitter, but she's not wrong, because Tyler Perry does like to play in people's faces. And one of the ways he does that is by making sure he gives good money to Taraji, gives good money to Cicely Tyson, go arrest her. So he will pay them people more than they have ever made, and they are deserving of that. But then when it comes to the littler known actor, you'll have them working like a goddamn slave on Tyler Perry Studios. So yeah, like, Monique is not necessarily wrong. She's bitter, but not wrong. Listen, Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I feel like he must have added some writers on Black Beauty because Black Beauty was good. This second season, girl, I was absolutely enjoying it. Kerry Washington, absolutely. That's another one. Like they will pay those people. But the ones that we don't really know like that, y'all gonna be filming for 2 weeks, 20 hours a day, 24 hours a day. We're gonna get this shit done. Okay. So I feel like when it comes to work and labor and all of that, you probably work them people hella hard in a short period of time. Are you paying them right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Pay attention, because to me, low key is no different than, and I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's no different when it comes to the way people like to fuck over people and then do these huge gestures out in public to make it seem like they not as fucked up as they are. Bill Cosby used to do this all the time. Bill Cosby would give millions and millions of dollars and help people all over the place, right? He would help people all over the place. Behind the scenes, he is drugging and assaulting people. The way he is able to balance that out in his own mind is to do all of this good shit so that I can make up for the fucked up things I'm doing in private. That's what it seems like to me. I actually saw somebody on TikTok that they have a theory that the reason why we were able to see the Cosby Show in the first place is because Bill was able to blackmail the right person. Because if you think about it, before the Cosby Show came out, Bill Cosby was still very much famous, right? So Bill Cosby in your 60s and your 70s are doing like blockbuster movies and shit like that. And white people know who he is. He is doing comedy shows, you know, he's doing comedy records. He's well known even before the Cosby Show for being an actor and a comedian. So he's in with all of these people, right? He's going to the Playboy Mansion. He is at the parties where we're doing all of this shit and it's getting recorded. Now, all of a sudden in the damn 80s, when there's no black show like it, nowhere around, they don't even want to put black people on television unless black people are struggling by way of Good Times and you know, all of those shows and stuff like that. The only one that they had where it wasn't somebody struggling was the Jeffersons. And I feel like the Jeffersons still had we used to be struggling, but we're not anymore. And I also feel like the Jeffersons was a byproduct of how successful Good Times and shit was. Okay. So when we get to the Cosby Show, which is not showing anybody that's coming from struggle, it's showing like middle to upper class black families, from the grandparents to the actual Cosbys, to their children, is showcasing you a different type of life. Back in the 80s, I'm sure that was extremely difficult to get greenlit for syndicated television, okay? We had Different Strokes. Didn't Different Strokes have a white white father on there though? Wasn't Different Strokes the white man that adopted the black children or something like that? I feel like that's different than this black man, his black wife, doctor, lawyer. Again, 227 was another show. It's not the same, y'all. Them people were middle class or struggling. Like, what you call them? That was basically a nice project on 227, to be very clear. Like, it was very much given project. Not a $1 million brownstone. You see what I'm saying? Like I think it's a little bit different, right? 227 is blue collar. 227 is blue collar. We didn't have a lot of shows that were depicted in that same way. And I need for y'all to understand, like, the Cosby Show was very much, yes, Norman Lear, exactly. And Norman Lear, a white man, was the only one that was producing some of these black shows. It was almost as if because Norman Lear was a white man, he was able to get these shows greenlit. Bill Cosby's a black man. How was he able to get a show greenlit where not only is it him starring in it, but he's the damn executive producer. He's the creator of the show. Black creator for the show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was after the Cosby Show. So I need for y'all to understand that. Like, that happened after. Rock happened after. Parenthood happened after. The Cosby Show is 1984, I believe, to 1993. I think. It might be 91, but I think it was 93. I could be wrong. Either way, the Cosby Show made the way for Fresh Prince, for Rock, for all of those other shows, okay? But even Rock is a blue collar. That's still not the same, okay? That's still not the same, okay? I need y'all to understand, okay? For him to do that, it was very much a big deal. It was a big deal at that time, 1984. And then it blew up the way it did. So when that woman said she felt like he must have blackmailed the right person in order to get the Cosby Show greenlit, I was like, damn, bitch, you're not lying. You are not lying. I don't, why y'all just naming shows? Y'all just in the comments naming shows. I need y'all to understand that the Cosby Show paved the way for all of these shows that y'all are naming. The Cosby Show came before a lot of those shows. That's why I said the Jeffersons was like one of the only ones, but it still was. The theme song is, well, we're moving on up. This is people coming from poverty and then going to having a deluxe apartment in the sky. The Cosby Show was not that. The Cosby Show was my people had money. I went to college. I met my wife. Her people had money. She went to college. She a lawyer. I'm a doctor. This is a brownstone in motherfucking New York. And we got 5 kids, bitch. We got 5 children. Do you know how hard it is for a woman to go to be a lawyer and have 5 children with a man that's a doctor? That's completely out of scope for normalcy. Even if a man was a doctor, his wife would not have been a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? She would have been a stay-at-home mom. So please understand, the Cosby Show probably was very difficult to get greenlit because of what it represented, which was Black people that are escaping struggle. They're not showing reference to struggle. They don't know nothing about struggle. That's not their life. Okay? Y'all can bring up as many struggle shows as y'all want to. The Cosby Show was not a struggle show. Okay? That was the difference. And that's why I'm low-key feeling like that lady might have been right. But I say all that to say Bill Cosby was one of those people that I think was doing a lot of good shit to offset for the fucked up things that he was doing in private. So when you see people like Tyler Perry, sometimes, you know, it rings a bell. Like, are you doing this good thing because you really want to be a good person to somebody? Or are you doing it good because you're trying to offset for whatever fucked up shit that we don't know about that you may be doing? Because there are some contradictions happening here. You know, that's all. Just like to think about it. But I'm still appreciative of Tyler Perry. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, Black Beauty was really, really good, y'all. I can't wait to see the actual second season because they broke up the first season into 2 parts. Okay. Yeah, no, of course, not all Black people grew up struggling, but that was not depicted on television. That was absolutely not something you would see often on TV. But anyway, y'all, let's move on. Okay. Marcelus Wiley, former NFL player and husband of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Anna Marie, accused of second 1994 Columbia University grape. Woman claims when she reported it to a school administrator, they told her she would be known as the girl who destroyed a Black man's NFL dream. Wow. 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 That's wild. Okay, hold up. Let me go back right quick because I feel like people are arguing with me and I want to, or debating me on this, and I just want to answer. So Julia wasn't a struggle show, and it came out in 1968. Diane Carroll played a nurse in an aerospace doctor's office. She didn't struggle and was the standard. I don't know what you mean was the standard. Julia was the first of its kind, and you did not see another one like it after, did you? Did you ever see a show of a successful Black woman by herself? Like until the Cosby Show? Like, yes, these things happened. Please don't get me wrong. It's not the same thing as what the Cosby Show brought when it came to family dynamic. Like it's still not the same. I understand what you mean, but that one in 1958, and we did the Cosby Show until 1984. So I feel like it's still not the same. And yeah, this is what I thought, because I never really watched Julia because it wasn't in syndication on Nick at Night back during my day. And y'all are saying this is another thing. Julia was a single mother. She was not married. This is another thing I feel like y'all are not understanding about the Cosby Show and why it was such a big thing. As I said, the depiction of a doctor and a lawyer being rich in a brownstone with 5 children is not an average look for Black people. It's just not. Julia is, yes, a Black woman that's working. Black women were nurses. That's not outside of, outside of anybody's span of understanding. But that was absolutely the first time a Black woman was given a show as the lead. That was the first time a Black woman was given a show as the lead without a male counterpart. Move on, Bondi. Some won't get it. I feel like they really don't get it. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But I'm standing on what I said, that just because you saw 1 or 2 Black shows, you have to know how many white shows there were out there for us to only pull a handful of Black shows from the 60s to the 80s that showcased a life that was not poverty stricken for Black people. Like, for us to act as if that wasn't a huge thing is to ignore why the Cosby Show was so big in the first place. I was just watching the episode of the Golden Girls where they did not want to have that mean ass old lady's funeral on a Thursday. Hell no, because the Cosby Show came on Thursdays. Like, I need for y'all to understand like how big that was and why it was so big. It's because it depicted something that was aspirational. It was not the norm for most Black people. It wasn't. It's not the norm for most Black people now. Like, most Black people do not live in most people, period. White people, Black people don't live in a certain tax bracket. You feel me? So at the end of the day, even though you can bring as many examples as you want to, we all understand, based on several documentaries and the history of television, period, that the Cosby Show brought something that was totally different than what the status quo was at that time, and more than the status quo of what we were seeing in real life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Norman Lear gave you Maude, which gave you All in the Family first. Then All in the Family gave you Maude, and then also gave you Good Times. It was, a few shows from the Norman Lear sector, and that was still a white man that was getting these Black people put on television. Not the same thing as Bill Cosby having his own show that he owns on, what was it back then? CBS? Like, that was still huge. I think y'all are also missing. It's not just about the fact that it was a show about a Black family, an aspirational Black family. It was about the fact that the show was owned by a Black man, which makes it completely different than some of the shows that y'all are referencing. Was it NBC? Okay, y'all, I can never keep up with the NBC, CBS. Like, I can't keep up. Okay, but yeah, NBC, got it. It definitely broke barriers, right? The Jeffersons also came from All in the Family. Any show by Norman Lear was a byproduct of All in the Family. Okay? And for white people, All in the Family was so out of the norm because they weren't used of watching like lower to middle class families on television acting as they really were. Because for white people, TV had always been aspirational. For white people, the TV shows were always depicting something that wasn't actually happening. For Black people, it was like, no, we're going to have Black people up here. We got to show them as things actually are. The Cosby Show might have been the first time they were actually giving you something that was aspirational for Black people. Then you go and you have something that was another show that was aspirational, and I didn't even realize it. Living Single was aspirational, y'all. Living Single was aspirational, and I didn't even realize it. I know a lot of people like to argue with me about this, but the success level that those women had in New York City at that time, at that age, it seemed as if they were way ahead at a very young age. That also wasn't the norm. You feel me? So yeah, either way, you know, there's a documentary on Mac about the history of TV shows and shit like that. Get into that. That was real cute. Okay, that was very cute. Get into that. But yes, I was moving on and I want to move on. So Marcelus Wiley. Marcelus Wiley, like I said, is a former NFL player, husband of Anna Marie from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and apparently he has been hit with a second R allegation. Wiley was previously accused of R in 2023 and denied the allegations, but a second woman has come forward. According to People, the alleged assault took place in 94 at Columbia University when Wiley was a student. The woman says Wiley invited her to his room and quickly started talking about sex. She claims she repeatedly turned down his advances, but he began to get angry and threatened her. The filing states that Wiley then swung plaintiff's leg on the bed, lunged towards her, and overpowered her, holding her down and allegedly pulling her clothing aside. He continuously whispered in her ear the entire time, saying to relax, enjoy it, stop crying, and stop fighting the feeling as he ordered her. The situation got even darker as the woman claimed she went to report the to a school administrator and was met with criticism. She was told that her complaint couldn't be anonymous and that she would be known as the girl who destroyed a black man's NFL dream. She's seeking punitive damages from the school and Wiley. The accusation is eerily similar to the 2023 one where the victim was a classmate that was allegedly R'd in her own dorm room. Okay, as a lawyer, that sounds like a lie. No one at Columbia in the 90s gave a damn about a black football player. Football was a joke in the Ivy Leagues. Let me go find these court documents so that I can read them. So you gonna call it you gonna say it sound like a lie first. Okay. I mean, how do you know that whoever see, this is a thing. Let me see. Child, this is why I can't, you know, I like Attorney Simone sometimes, and then other times I'd be like, ma'am, come on now. Really? It was more than two back then. They had a whole college support group because of him and the fact that the college wouldn't do anything. To me, I'm like, so you saying that the story is alive because nobody cared about a black football player at Columbia? I think that's crazy. Why else? Like, if he, especially, I don't know his life, I don't know the story, but if he got a scholarship for football, like, people are absolutely aware of this black man and his football career when he's in college. Like, I think, you know what I'm saying? Listen. No, because sometimes when I watch her content, I agree with her. And I do love me a smart black woman. So essentially, it's not that I totally dislike her, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, listen, you don't have to like Simone. I don't like you. Oh, well, why are you here, my love? That's so weird. That's so weird. Wrong. Oh, that's so weird. Something really be wrong with y'all that hate watch people. Get a life. Go watch somebody you like. Get out of my comments. Anyway, this happens a lot. Campus police coerce girls to not go through with reporting. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. And I would also wonder, you know, what's happened with Anne Marie in their relationship. I don't watch Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I would very much be interested in had he ever done anything similar to her in their relationship, because I feel like men that coerce women into sex like this absolutely do the same thing with their wives. They do the same thing with their wives. Like, they coerce them into sex. They, like, think about the times when women are tired and don't want to have sex and the nigga is in their head, like, constantly telling them, like, even without it though, like, as a woman, as a wife, even without being coerced, if you are used to being coerced, it's already in your mind. Like, I was used to being coerced in a previous relationship. By the time I got with my husband, it had already been set in that if I'm not having sex when you want to have sex, I'm going to feel guilt. I'm going to feel bad, and I heard a woman say that, like, how when she was with her husband, and I guess her husband was attractive, she would have this feeling when he was, down there going to town on her that, oh my God, you feel all this guilt that he might be down there too long. I was like, girl, it's not just me. They be down there eating and you'll be like, damn, trying to stay in your body and enjoy it, because one of the thoughts that will go through your mind is, am I taking too long? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is crazy, like how women, even in sex, will often not center themselves, even if the moment is about them. And child, that happened because a dude was down there one time, not my husband, but a dude was down there. And because I was like, oh yeah, right there, I guess that was me telling him what to do. So he didn't like that. So he just got up and walked out. And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my husband has to tell me all the time, like, babe, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The woman on TikTok was like, though, you got to go get you an ugly nigga. And then, no, it wasn't TikTok. It was Ali Wong. It was Ali Wong, y'all. Ali Wong was talking about that shit. Like, now that she's divorced her husband and she's out here having sex with, like, like hairy, bald niggas, they ugly. She just wants to have sex. It's like, yeah, you better enjoy being down there. Just like, she said all the guilt went out the window when she started fucking bald men who were, what she said, it was shaped like, she's like, a bald, hairy man shaped like a squash. You better enjoy all your time down there. Y'all, when I tell you, I was dying laughing because I did not realize that that's like a thing with women. Like, you feeling some type of guilt about how long they're down there. Oh my God. I be having to tell myself, like, you'll be down there as long as you need to be down there. Okay. Oh, y'all be in the comments. But anyway, child, I'm not like Simone. I probably would more so believe shit like this. I would. I'm sorry. I believe it. 2 women. You were in college. They told the women that you were going to destroy a black man's career. Girl, y'all tell black women that every day in 2025. So I absolutely believe it. And that's the reason why I have a problem with y'all always trying to protect somebody's image, right? Because to me, in my mind, y'all care more about the image than you do about people. So if this man is actually assaulting women, y'all would much rather he go on and be able to assault way more women, as long as he can be the small percentage of black people that have made it to some socioeconomic level that pushes them outside of the status quo for black people. Because a part of this system that we're in, this patriarchal system, this hierarchy, is convincing you that you have the same chances simply because you see a small percentage of black people being millionaires or billionaires, or seeing them on your TV screen, seeing them play sports, whatever. It makes you believe that you have the same opportunities as they do, when the truth of the matter is, not really. It's the luck of the draw more so than anything. Okay. And this is used on black people, a lot, but it's also used on white people. White people just don't realize it because they have that whole, oh, we're white thing. We can always rely on the fact that, oh, honey, we're white. We don't have to worry about certain things. But I don't know. The oligarchy run for their, you should be scared. But this is one of the examples of why I don't like when y'all say shit like, oh, you're going to destroy a black man. Y'all are tearing a black person down. I hate when y'all do that. And this is the reason why, because you allow people to be harmed in such a fucked up way simply because you want to protect this small percentage of black people that get to showcase to the world that, look, the niggas have made it. But, let's move on. Speaking of niggas making it, Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, their divorce situation has been leaked. All right, let's get to it. So in response to allegations that he leaked private details about their split, Iman's attorney, Stephen C. Steele, told TMZ, my client, Mr. Iman Shumpert, has never, under any circumstances, leaked any allegations or claims stated in any of the pleadings in the Taylor Shumpert divorce case. I don't believe you, attorney. I think you're lying. You're a liar. You're a lawyer. You're a liar. You're a liar. Okay, shout out to Tyler Perry. Mr. Schumpert adamantly denies providing any information to any media. The accusation stemmed from court documents filed by Taylor in which she claimed Schumpert played a role in spreading false narratives surrounding their divorce. Schumpert's attorney clarified that Schumpert had adhered to court orders, maintaining that he would not discuss the details of the sealed case. As agreed by the parties and as ordered by the court, he was not and will not disclose any of the contents of the now sealed file, nor will he reveal or discuss the substance or content of any orders or pleadings. Here's the thing. If their court documents are sealed, the only way that any news about it would come out is if it was one of them. To me, like that's what I would think. Like if it's sealed, that means that it had to be you that put it out, because the blogs couldn't go and get this information on their own because it is sealed. So hold up, let me press, because I saw that Teyana was on live today. I caught like the tail end of her live, and I wanted to see if Live Bites had posted any of it, child. Let me look. Yep, of course they did. Let's hear what Teyana had to say.
What if I want to get my back blown out in peace? You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old? That's a year old, y'all. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be real. And I'm like just so irritated because I didn't want none of this to come out from the beginning. So when people saying, for everybody that's saying, oh, well, this y'all celebrities, this is what come with it. No divorce stuff is private. It can absolutely stay private if you allow it to stay private. I'm gonna give you one even better. We went to mediation that he did not show up to. Mediation avoids you from going to court. Sorry, my phone's dying. Mediation is for you to figure it out before you even have to take it to court. I'm not negotiating nothing. I don't want to boom, 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 boom. Now we got to go to court. Cool. We'll go to court because we can't figure it out. He won't show up to mediation. I'm stuck paying for that. Bet. Cool. We got to go to court. My biggest mistake, but something that I don't regret, was giving him the amount of grace that I gave him, because it only backfired on me.
Girl, that's what always happened. That's what always happened.
It only backfired on me.
That's what every time a woman, listen, not every time, because I know there are some ain't shit women out here, but what I have seen often is that whenever a woman wants to divorce a man for whatever reasons, initially she will try to handle that shit as amicably as possible. I'm not gonna put you on child support. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. The niggas are mad that they no longer have access to this woman. The niggas are mad that they not together with this woman no more. And so anytime she will show grace, they will find a way to make her regret it by being vengeful, by being spiteful with the way they handle them in the divorce.
Because I gave a man grace who didn't give it back. So for y'all sitting there saying she wants to see the father of her children in jail, I never said that. But most importantly, as the mother of his children, I told him I didn't feel safe. Niggas are saying, yeah, because if I was Trump, I would have offed that bitch. She would have to take her to see the king, and I'm literally getting threats by grown men. By grown men. What if I want to get my back?
And see that right there, y'all? That's what I be talking about. This is what I saw with Kiki and Darius. I feel like people really don't be fucking for real, right? The real is that men's word about women can be very harmful and damaging to the woman. A man can get online and say something fucked up about whatever woman he's in relation to, and other men will then act out in his regard. Seen it with the DDG, not just men, pick me bitches too. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it with DDG. We've seen it, with the Keke Palmer situation. And now we're seeing it with this. We saw it with Remy and Papoose. Yes. Whether you see the women staying quiet, not saying nothing, but the men will be releasing shit like, on some slick shit so that they can get their vengeance on the woman by way of social media. Men do this in real life, not even before social media was present. This is how they would do that with your family and your friends. They beating your ass, and then they go and tell your family and your friends, oh, she's acting crazy. She did this, she did that. So now whenever shit go down, they will just automatically believe it's y'all. Y'all just got something toxic going on instead of what it really is, which is that, you know, in some way the man is being fucked up and is trying to use this system where, you know, women are, I feel like, more vulnerable. Women are more vulnerable to the public shaming shit. Men are not as vulnerable to me as women are in a public forum.
Blown out in peace. You think I have the proof that you're paying people to post this stuff? Me and Iman have been very, very cordial. So I felt the need to hit him up, and I was like, you know, hey, baby daddy, like, what's going on? Like, you know, I'm getting things back to me that you are paying blogs to post a certain narrative. And I don't believe it. So I'd rather come to you because we've actually been in a very great space. And I just want to come to you because, one, I'm not feeling safe. Like, I don't take that lightly. Like, I don't take people making threats lightly. I don't take people making me look like I'm trying to take a black man for all he got lightly. Like, that's not even what I represent. Like, I don't take those kind of things lightly. So I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that I don't feel safe.
And and just to be clear, y'all, this is the type of shit, and I'm gonna read my super chats before I get out of here, y'all. So thank you, everybody. I'm gonna read them once I'm done. But this is how you turn women from being male identified pick-me's and all that. This is how eventually they stop acting like that, because their experience shows them that no matter how much they try to be above board, the niggas will always fly way underneath the board and act like it wasn't them.
Now, Iman responds to me and he's just like, I thought it was you. I thought it was you. If anything, I stayed silent to protect you. Bam. How did you stay silent to protect me? By you staying silent, when people thinking that I took you for everything you got, how does that protect me? How does that protect me? With everything that I have going on, how does that protect me? My ex-husband, keep in mind, me and Iman are on good terms. I didn't even know we was beefing. So I hit him on some like, hey, baby daddy, what's going on? Like, yo, like, people was putting out these blogs, and then, you know, somebody's kind of sending me a little bit of proof that you're paying to ship this stuff around to promote and help trend your name. Like, you know, I'm like, but I don't want to believe that it's you because we're in such a great space. Like, I got love for you for real, for real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when all my utilities and shit was cut off and it made it to the blogs, because it was in a court, so it made it to the blogs that Iman had all that shit turned off. Who came running to the internet protecting him?
You.
Iman ain't turned nothing off. Ain't nobody turned nothing off. We would never be sitting ducks. Boom, boom. Granted, the shit was turned on the same day because me and my children will never be sitting duck. Hopefully strange how every single time something come out about me, it come out on the same blog. It starts off little, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I have the proof that you're paying people to post this stuff. We wound up going to court. I watched you say some really, really hurtful and nasty things about me, dead smacked in front of my face, and I still gave you grace. Y'all forgot, after the divorce, he went and did skits. He went and did skits, creating a narrative about the da-da-da. Man, that lady took you for all you got, da-da-da. He went and did skits. He's been throwing shots at me the whole time through his music. He's doing skits. Like, at the end of the day, y'all didn't see me do none of that. I've done nothing but work my ass off and mind my business. Show me the proof where I ever said anything foul about Iman publicly, anything foul about Iman to y'all. I've done nothing but protect this man. I can't control what's in our divorce documents. At the end of the day, when you have to get divorced and you're getting divorced, you have to speak your truth. I spoke my truth just like Iman. The shit only got put out because Iman leaked the divorce documents from Jump Street. Our divorce was private. Our proceedings was private. Everything was private for a whole year. Y'all didn't even know. You leaking information that have our private addresses on it, that have our kids' full names and where they go to school. That's too much. I have no beef with Iman. That's why it's mind-boggling that all this shit keep coming out, and then when I'm addressing him about it, it turns into an argument. So it's only showing that one person is mad in this situation. I sat in court and told them people that that's like family to me. He said she'll never be family to me. Cool. Oh, that's fine, but I'm not gonna match your energy, bro. I'm not gonna do that.
That's exactly how they be, bro. That's exactly how them niggas be, boy. Oh Lord, you be trying to, hold them to a higher accord, and them niggas have no integrity whatsoever. It is astonishing how you will watch a nigga go from being the quintessential father and husband to being a complete and utter fucking deadbeat. Don't care nothing about his kids and his wife no more because the wife don't want him no more, and now he's trying to make her life miserable because he miserable because she don't want to be with him no more.
I swear for Lord, anything. If I ever see Iman outside and look like some niggas is on his head, I'm jumping in that. Period. Iman know that for social media, my social media anxiety is through the roof. Y'all know I don't do this. Y'all barely see me live. Like, y'all know I'm shy as fuck. Like, I barely like red carpets. Like, y'all already know this social media shit gives me anxiety. So with Iman knowing that, he knows that pushes my buttons. Nobody knows this man nobody knows this man better than I do. Iman gets a kick out of this. What's happening right now? Like me being in this state, me having to even do this. He knows that this blows my mind. I don't like this. We wound up going to court. I watched you say some really, really hurtful and nasty things about me, dead smacked in front of my face, and I still gave you grace. Y'all forgot after the divorce, he went and did skits.
Okay, so that's most of what she said. Okay, let me refresh to see if they posted anything else. Okay, so it was just those three, and I imagine that any other blog is taken from them or took the same shit that they took. I caught the end of it where she was like, "I wish y'all would just let me get my back blown out in peace." Okay, that's what the lady said. Okay. I want to go back because I want to read some of these comments because I feel like some of the comments are extremely problematic, right? So long story short, have threesomes and foursomes with your partner does not guarantee successful relationship marriage. I see that happening a lot of the time. Like I see a lot of women, like, a lot of women are saying she shouldn't have did this, she shouldn't have did. And I just kind of feel like, I don't know why y'all stick on that. I guess that's to be like, oh, you shouldn't have been fucking other women in your relationship. And maybe it would have, girl, no, the relationship was going to happen how it was going to happen anyway, regardless to whether they had an open or ethically non-monogamous relationship, whatever their situation was. I also feel like Tiana Taylor was not having threesomes because he wanted it. He may have, but I feel like Tiana Taylor was having threesomes because Tiana Taylor is bisexual and likes women and men, and married a man, had children with him, and was like, I still want to be able to fuck with women, and he was fine with it. But even in that, there are rules, which is why you can still end up cheating on someone. But I think in y'all minds, it's like, see, you shouldn't have did that because that's how y'all ended up like this. And it's like, no, that's not how they ended up like this. Whether she had done that or not, he was still going to cheat. Whether she did that or not, he was still going to secretly be jealous of her and her success and her talent, internalize it, and then be passive aggressive and abuse her emotionally and mentally, financially because of it. That's what you ain't even got to tell me. I already know that he was probably in that relationship emotionally tearing her down. So she decides, you know what? This not working no more. Let's get a divorce. He was acting like he didn't want her. But now when they get the divorce, you mad because now she's the one telling you that she don't want to be with you. So now your ego hurt again. This is all about your ego from jump. First, you mad that she's talented and got all of this shit going for her and your career is declining. So instead of, figuring your shit out, you would much rather be jealous of your wife and kind of abuse her in a relationship because of your jealousy. Y'all break up. Now you still jealous because you no longer have access to her. Like, that's what this was about. And that was going to happen whether they were having threesomes or not. But it's so weird the way so many women will go and yank that, like, see, you shouldn't have been doing that. And it's just like, girl, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. But I also feel like people need to understand that was not happening because of him. I think that was happening because of her. I don't think she was like, oh, I'm trying to keep him. I'm trying to keep him from cheating on me. So I'm going to bring other women in the bed. No, Tiana Taylor is not Princess. Okay. That's not what's going on. To me, Tiana is extremely bisexual and has always been. And that's low key why I don't know if I believe that she's actually in a relationship or fucking old boy, Mufasa. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, because I feel like ever since she left old boy, it seemed like she had been, in her relationships with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is a bisexual woman. I mean, you could tell. Like, it's not even no more misunderstandings about the shit, if you ask me. But either way, y'all, that's my commentary on it. We'll see how this all plays out. But I feel like, to me, as soon as you see a man try to use social media to shame, guilt, or, send wrath towards his ex-wife, baby mama, girlfriend, whatever it is, please understand that is a man that is abusive and is seeking out the public to help abuse the woman. And y'all fall into it every time. Like, y'all fall into it every time. He know people were sending her death threats. He don't give a fuck, because his ego matters more than any of that. Like, it is what it is. Nicole Mason, thank you for being a member for 4 months, my love. Kevin Preston, thank you for the super chat. I don't see Giselle being punked either. So talking like that is crazy. I feel like, I understand what you're saying. I feel like it doesn't matter whether security is there or not. Giselle gonna say what she wants to say. Absolutely. Kia Bell Sparks, thank you for the super chat. I never get that argument. Do y'all say anyone who isn't a housewife should leave the show that y'all say that say housewife? Exactly. It to me is just an argument to have. It has no real validity. I think a lot of people online just repeat the same bullshit over and over again. Miss Kima, what is it? Miss Kemal Day, thank you so much for the super chat. Let us not forget, P signed up thinking she was coming in with Simon to shit on the girls, living the life Shamea is actually living. She can't level up to Shamea on any level. People, hold up. Porsha gonna be unreasonably salty. Thank you for that. I had to make sense of it. I appreciate you shortening it for me, little girl. Thank you. And I agree. Zena Zine, thank you for the super chat, boo. People don't know how to not care right. You make a whole video about something you don't care about, girl. It make sense. Thank you for another one, Kia. Thank you for the super chat. I think people don't understand how to not care. Girl, they really don't. They don't. Only one Adrian, thank you for being a member. Cliff and Claire would make about $800,000 to $1 million in today's money. I'm a broker up here in Brooklyn. Their brownstone would be 3.5 to $4 million. I know, girl, and that is not the status quo for most people, not even white people. That's another thing everybody needs to understand. Most white people are broke too. But at large, they're doing better than black people at large. But still, most of them are living below the poverty line. That's why it's so funny that they hate all of the social programs that keep them from starving. Pretty painful. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, Bondi just got here, so I will replay. Yes, girl, catch the replay. Kylie, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, just putting something in a massage fund. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, because I need one, girl. I've been jumping rope, and when I tell y'all my left leg is sore as shit. Thank you, Arvden, for the super chat. Super sent them babies in an Uber to a basketball game by themselves. He's a clown, but black people will defend him. Girl, listen, if black people ain't gonna do nothing, they gonna defend the ain't shit nigga. Lovely lady Les, thank you for the super chat. Bondi, great show and commentary. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. Shy Girl's Perspective, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, that man has been a red flag when he said he wanted her because she turned him down. He got with her to humble her and still can't do it. That's another thing, like, I love TikTok for, because they put language to a lot of the things that we see, which is men purposefully seeking out women that live outside of the traditional norms that they love to bombard women with. Why don't you go and get a woman that's a pick-me? I don't know if y'all noticed, but the niggas never want and that's willing to do all of this for them. They want to go and get the woman. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Thank you. They want to go and get the woman that is going to that they can break. Because it's not really about love. It's not about being with a woman you actually, you know, care about and all of that. No, it's actually about breaking her down. They get joy out of breaking women down. That's just what it is. Thank you for reminding me, because I totally was about to forget about Just Hilarious, but we still here, y'all. Okay, I'm going to do it. Okay. Let's get to it. So this was just yesterday. We just going to work our way to the front, okay?
Supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like, not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela, you ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'm gonna play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. Now, how about y'all clear some of this shit up for you? We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Some of this shit up for y'all teammate. That shit is ran like a high school. Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High. Before Mr. Clark, though. Like when he first got there. Y'all want a bitch to keep her cool. Look, check this out, y'all. Look, man.
It's a pretty scarf.
I get up every fucking day. Every day. And they always talk about, you ain't at work. You ain't at work. Yeah, bitch, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. Hell no. I have more fun outside the fucking studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy? I'm gonna shit up for y'all.
Shit.
Okay, so that was what she was saying, and that was based off of this. That was based off of Corey Holcomb, and I just want y'all to know Corey Holcomb is a funky fat hater who, for some reason, because he always has some anti shit to say, people give him a platform to say it. Let's hear what funky fat Corey had to say.
Well, this is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
What do you mean you think she had a social media presence? What do you mean you think?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
She got that job. And I always said she wasn't talented. She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards.
I hate this dude so much. I hate him so much. Y'all might not like Jess. Jess is very male identified. Maybe her jokes don't always hit the way y'all would like, but Jess with the mess is still one of the funniest things to ever be on the fucking internet. Whenever she would get a really good, this is Jess with the mess and my news is real. Okay? Y'all gonna stop playing with that girl. She is absolutely talented. She may not be a journalist the way Lauren is, but honestly, I feel like why not have 2 women and 2 men? That way y'all can't keep ganging up on one woman when she don't agree with y'all. I also feel like we saw Jess a lot of the times playing it back in a way that she didn't have to.
And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Who they bring in?
Homegirl from look at you trying to create triangulation with your funky fat. Oh, girl, I can't stand.
She used to be on TMZ.
Yeah.
Oh.
She has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The girl who.
You don't even know her name, but you swear up and down she talented. You know everything about Jess, but gonna swear up and down she's not. You're trying to create triangulation.
Is
stupid ass
Lauren. That girl know what she doing. She knows how to fit in with Charlamagne and the other guy, DJ Envy. It's like it's seamless
because she has because she has the experience of working on a news show. When you have the experience of working in broadcast, of course, you're going to know how to handle yourself better than somebody that's only done comedy in skit form, in edited form. And then they do shows, they do comedy shows. Like, their talent is a different talent. But if anybody was actually letting Jess be herself on that show, she might show up to be funny on the show. But I feel like instead of them letting her do, Jess with the mess, my news is real, instead of letting her do that the way she does it, y'all do it on a radio, which is different. It's not edited form, right? So yeah, I do feel like it's a difference because Lauren is an actual trained journalist and producer and has worked in that, in that realm before. Of course, she's going to have more experience. For people that saying that Jess is not funny, I feel like that's an opinion. That's not a fact. Okay, that's an opinion. That's not a fact. You could think she's not funny. Some people do think she's funny. She got hired because somebody thought she was funny.
When she there,
right?
It's the talent. The talent shows out, and then Les and Larry's ain't even reading right.
I know you're not fucking talking.
I'm like, and now she had a job where all she had to do was deliver the news. She had a segment on The Breakfast Club. The other girl who has experience and talent at this job took her segment. Right. Not because she tried to, it's just you saw somebody who's talented. And then you see, read that, Les Hilarious.
And she stood in for her when she took off maternity leave.
When she stood in for Les Hilarious, you should have had your baby on camera at The Breakfast Club.
He's so stupid.
Because they brought in somebody who is talentless when she did. And you could say I'm dissing because that's what you're going to do. You're going to act like I'm hating. I'm not hating. You don't got the it. Your segment could have been good if you knew how to deliver it right. But now they got somebody doing your segment better than you, and it's just flawless. It's effortless.
Actually, they're doing it different. Let's be very clear. What Jess Hilarious does with Jess and with the mess is she takes things that have happened and makes jokes about them. It's not about what actually happened. It's not about the specifics of the story. It's about, I heard this and I made a joke about it. Y'all can say what y'all want to. That's how she blew up. The shit was funny. She's not doing that on the show. That's not how it works on the radio. Honestly, I feel like they probably should let her do her spiel first and then let Lauren come in behind her and, give the actual, specifics about what happened and all of that. Like, but to me, Corey Holcomb is being a hater. To me, you're not that talented. I don't actually think you're funny. I just think you're one of those angry, mean-ass black men who is successful because there are a lot of other angry, mean-ass black men that find your brand of humor funny because they're degenerate, fat, and funky and miserable just like you. So they like to see you on a stage or on a radio show being them and being successful. That's the only reason why you're successful in any respect is because niggas like to see themselves. And you are the, I don't get coochie because I'm nice, good looking, or really got money, but I get it because I know how to go find a woman that needs of something. I know how to manipulate. I know how to be an ain't shit ass nigga. Okay. Nigga probably got toe jam between his toes right now. Yes. Fat and funky. Look like you smell like cheese and ass. That's what he looks like to me. He never looks clean. Okay. So Jess was responding to what he was saying because they've been going back and forth. Him and Jess have been going back and forth for years. And to me, I only see Corey go at women like that because you a bitch ass nigga.
I've called and I've asked many times. That's what I got told. She's a producer. Oh, okay, cool. So I ain't asked no more. She's only on my segment. So I'm like, all right. I'm putting shit together because that's what I do. I put shit together. All right, here we go. So Shorty must about to be on the show. That's exactly what I put in my fucking head. Before anybody decided to come and tell me again. So I did another round of asking, all right, what are we doing? All right, well, we've always, this is the boss. We've always considered having a fourth seat. Well, when the fuck was y'all gonna tell me that? When was your, and then this is months after I came back. This was like 2 months after I came back from maternity leave. We've always, ever since Angela Yee left, we said that we would consider having 4 seats. So why, when me and Claudia Jordan did the guest co-hosting, or me and Kendra G did the guest co-hosting, did everybody say, oh, it ain't gonna work with 4 people? Why, right? Why was that ever even said? Why wasn't that something that was presented at the jump, like from jump, at the top of the shit? That's what I want to know, right? But I'm still playing. I'm still here, mind you. I'm not playing the game. I'm just still here with it because I'm in this. This is a fucking contract,
right?
This ain't no part-time little shit that I got. I got a contract that I negotiated and I got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on air. She overtalks. She's over talking me. Lauren knows she does this shit. Whatever. I've told her about this shit many a times. She overtalks me. I'm like, yo, shut up. All right. Or hush, be quiet. Yeah, that clip that y'all saw. Yes. Shut up. Be quiet. Yeah, I've said that. And I've meant that. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get it a hush. So I'm like, all right, cool. One day I told her, because I went in the comments, I'm like, all right, people don't like that. All right, whatever. I'm not her mother. She's another grown woman. I have to respect this lady, but she's not gonna keep talking over me, yo. I'm already confused on why the fuck she's still here. You know what I mean? Like on air, not in the building, on air, right? So I'm like, all right. I told her, be quiet the next day. Charlamagne texts me and he says, yo, don't tell her be quiet. You tell her shut up. Play into that narrative of y'all beefing, y'all not liking each other. Why the fuck would we do that?
For clicks and views, because their show isn't doing too good, and it hasn't been. Even before Angela Yee left, their show wasn't doing too good. Like, to me, I'm sure people in New York listen to it, but as somebody that, used to be, really glued into their show, I feel like maybe around the time that Gucci embarrassed the shit out of Angela Yee, everything started going downhill from about that time. And when Jess came on, I feel like they were trying to tap into the younger crowd and bring in people that are on social media. I feel like they still haven't figured out a way to blend what Jess does with a radio show that's on for a long time. I also feel like, the over talking thing sometimes happens just naturally, not to be done on purpose.
But I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. She cool with it. I'm cool with it because I'm not a be quiet type of bitch anyway. I am a shut up type of bitch. Ask my kids, right? Even the 7-month-old, ask her. So then I asked again. I'm like, all right, so she's going to be the 4th host. That's what it is. Whenever we do find that, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of beating around the bush, y'all. So look, she started doing the news. I'm like, all right, look, that's her segment. Take me off that shit. Y'all give her that shit. Take me off that shit. This is her segment. Now, this one, I've called and I've asked.
Okay, so it seemed like they was really kind of playing with Jess a little bit.
This is a fucking contract. This ain't no part.
I definitely believe what she said about them playing into the bullshit. And I also feel like we've been seeing them play into the bullshit when it comes to even when it came to Angela Yee. So I've always felt like as men, they kind of like to create triangulation. They do misogynistic things. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. Is crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up? Okay,
right?
But I didn't.
None of that was said.
You didn't say anything about that. And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you.
I want y'all to check how DJ Envy and Charlamagne have absolutely had issues over the years, and they play with each other, but they never actually have their disagreements on camera, on live, on the radio show. Them making Jess and Lauren do this is an example to me of using these two women's beef. And it makes me feel like they purposefully created that friction between the two of them. I'm not absolving the women from it, but I low-key feel like they created this space. They created this space. They were not answering Jess's questions. They were not being direct. They was giving her to run around because either they didn't know what they wanted to do or they wanted that shit to play up on the show. Because please believe they ratings probably went up because of this.
Saying that,
and that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room, or EP, to have
I
the
never
conversation.
ever heard that,
because
you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, you know, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen, I have said hush, shut up. That yo, you overtalk, and like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like I'm not doing it. If I already got the job, like what am I doing? Like I'm not. And
it is very much how they treat women in this space, y'all. It is very much how they treat women in this space. I low-key am on Jess's side. It's not that because I agree that Lauren is more polished. She has more experience, but y'all still hired Jess. Y'all still hired Jess, and y'all are basically kind of being underhanded with the way y'all are handling her, hoping, I guess, that she'll just up and leave or, you know, want to just, you know, get out of her contract until it run its course. But why weren't y'all interviewing people that actually had a history before y'all decided to hire Jess? Like, to me, this is them as like a corporation, them as management. They are mishandling this situation, and the women are kind of like a byproduct of that.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy.
Four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown-ass woman.
And I understand. You could have said that on air right there. When you saying you put me in office, you never put me nowhere to tell me that.
Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you.
Okay.
Ever. And I did I not? Our first conversation, I said, if I ever have an issue with you, I'm going to handle it in a way where we can get through a conversation because we grown. And regardless, you don't got to love me. You don't got to like me, but we here together. I'm here.
And listen, like I said earlier, the internet loves mess.
Yes, you are here.
And one of the easiest ways to create mess
Shut up, Charlamagne.
is to pit women against each other.
And you're here because of an opportunity that I extended.
Regardless
like no. I'm not sitting here like you don't deserve to be here. I'm not sitting here like you're not here. Four voices. Three of us are very opinionated here. You're not going anywhere. That's first and foremost. Let's get that. It may be my delivery or whatever. But yeah, you are here. I ain't never say you shouldn't be here. I said from the whole jump, yeah, Shorty do the job. Great. She's amazing. That's why I want it to be her segment.
I think y'all can work very well together. And once again, you got to stop letting the internet pit y'all against each other. I know the internet is creating.
It ain't just the internet. It's y'all niggas too.
A narrative, Lauren versus Jess, Jess versus Lauren.
No, but that's what it is. And that's what I'm trying to say is the internet is there. We see it. None of us can ignore it. I saw that Corey thing a week ago. It didn't say nothing about it.
Y'all clear up everything else. Nobody want to clear up that I'm not doing that. I don't like you, or I'm hating on a.
They say I'm gay. I came up here and said I don't suck no pee-pee.
That's true. That's different now. Come on.
The last time I attempted to do that, Jess, it went so bad that I said I wasn't going to do it again.
Attempted to do what?
I don't dislike you. You don't dislike me. The day you came back, that's what
mine. You're not going anywhere. That's not Lauren.
And we talked about
it. Charlamagne, shut up.
It was different. The way when I did come back, Lauren, you have to admit that ish was crazy. The way we had a setup, we had something going, we had a whole nother plan. It went left. You came in here and it's like You did something totally different. And then the first thing that you spoke to was the things in the comments.
I feel like
So
we're having a
what are we
behind the
talking
scenes
about?
meeting on air, which is kind of cool, but let's go to commercial or something and then come back.
Well, the
I'll
whole
go to
thing
the
is
phones
we
or
need a
something.
resolution, bro. We'll take some.
I really hate the way they created this mess. And now that the women are talking about it on the interview, they're trying to act as if they're in some moral high ground when I feel like y'all made this happen the way y'all did on purpose. Like we're never dealing with the fact that I think DJ Envy and Charlemagne kind of act willfully obtuse and really misogynistic with the way they handle shit. I think y'all created this triangulation. I think y'all specifically made it happen the way y'all did so that there would be an issue. And now there's the issue. And now y'all get to sit up there like the two old heads that have it figured out when y'all really don't.
Phone calls, but like I'm resolution based and not argument based. So let's
Boy,
resolve
shut
this.
up. You're the number one beige raised person. You ain't never came up with a resolution, a solution in your life. Cut it out.
Well, I just want to
It's
say,
Women's History Month,
I just want to
I just wanna
say,
let you know.
Jess, what you feeling, we feel it together. And when
just because it's Women's History Month doesn't mean two women can't be in discord. I think y'all need to find a way to allow them both to do what they're good at. Jess is funny. So if she's gonna tell a story, Jess needs to come in with jokes. Like who the fuck is producing besides Lauren that can showcase how this could work? Because it could absolutely work. I think there needs to be two women instead of just two men and one woman. It probably will work better because a lot of the times y'all wouldn't even let Jess talk.
And that the other thing happened that I called you about, I said that to you.
What was the other thing? Oh, you don't want to say that?
The academics thing. And I want you to know, I responded to tensions. And
to me, it's just lead.
I responded to that on Twitter. I didn't send it to you. I didn't feel like I had to, but I did. But I called you about it.
The comments. Stop listening to the comments.
Let me talk.
In real life, we love everybody. Y'all love each other. This can work.
It will work. It will work. What I'm saying, no, because this
you
is
see what I'm saying. Don't let it
I'm joking. No, I'm joking. From them making it a topic, and now it's the problem because we're talking about
exactly. What I'm saying is that this will work, but sometimes this might have to happen, and it's happening with love. Because when I saw Jess crying, I came in here because I care about you. Have to be okay for all of this to be okay. And I'm a producer at the end of the day. You my talent. We gonna be straight. Everything's going to be fine.
Let's take some calls, and then we'll come right back. 800-585-1051. If you want to talk, you want to discuss. Of course, Lauren's here, Jess here, I'm here, Charlemagne's.
I think Jess and Lauren need to have a conversation amongst themselves, and they need to be smarter about this. I feel like both being manipulated in this situation. I don't know why, but that's what it feels like to me. And I really feel like there's a way for this to work because I think they both have something the other person doesn't have. Lauren is not funny. Lauren does not have the entertainment aspect of this, but she has the journalistic standpoint of this. She knows the story. She could tell you what's going on. She's going to deep dive into it. I also think the way she handled the Wendy story, like, it should not have to go and try to be a personal friend of fucking Wendy Williams in order for her to be seen as doing good at her job. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like they could both reap the benefits of this, but they're going to have to get on the same page as women with the understanding that these niggas in this company is going to always find a way to use y'all catfighting on the internet as a way to boost their ratings. They're always going to use pitting women against each other as a way to spark controversy because that's good for the show.
Here, let's have a conversation.
We're queer.
All right. Yeah, it's cool.
Good song, Greg. Finally, some production up here. Stop acting like this is a goddamn high school. Okay, that is the one thing Jess said that's absolutely true.
And now y'all making fun. Y'all making fun like the shit. Yeah, nah.
Run this thing like a mother effing high school. You smoke crack, don't you? If you need me to, y'all run this thing.
Like, look at Jess. Like, I feel like y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I definitely understand where Jess is coming from. As somebody that has worked in the news business, not on the radio, but in the news business for a long time, they really, really do this divide and conquer thing. I know y'all don't realize that, but corporate America loves divide and conquer amongst Black people and amongst women. That's how it all works. And I feel like this is an opportunity for Lauren and Jess to learn something from each other, be smart about it, utilize this opportunity because it's still a great opportunity. And I don't feel like Jess should go anywhere. I just want Jess to get out of her feelings and get into her bag. And what I mean by that is, this is fucked up to me. To me, the way they handled this situation, the girl was only supposed to be there while she was on maternity leave, and she did such a great job. Now it seems like y'all have some type of, we shouldn't have hired Jess thing going on. We should have hired you first. That would make anybody that's in that job, that's in Jess' position, feel away. So I definitely feel where Jess is coming from. I feel like there's a way that they both can be on the show and play to each other's strengths and weaknesses as two women. And I would actually like to see two women gang up on them niggas sometimes. I would love to see y'all holding them niggas' feet to the fire and actually having like real conversations. But it would take two things. It would take for both of y'all to not be male identified. It would take for y'all to be two women that's smart enough to recognize when y'all are being used and pitted against each other. Like, y'all are going to have to think about that instead of doing this, which is getting on the fucking radio and arguing and letting these two niggas laugh as if they ain't never had no real issues, as if y'all did not run Angela Yee off the show. To me, Angela was never strong enough when it came to combating you two niggas. I would love to see Jess and Lauren be strong in the dynamic on the Breakfast Club with DJ Envy and Charlamagne. I mean, I would love that, but I feel like they're gonna have to fill those roles. But when it comes to Jess, I feel like Jess is funny, whether you like her or not. I think Jess is a comedian. And I think we've seen a lot of radio hosts where you have comedians on that tell jokes or come in and do their bit. And then you have the other people that are actually journalists and know how to do the talking points and all of that type of shit. But it seems like Jess did try to take it up with management. Also, Lauren is a producer. So Lauren kind of is low-key management when it comes to producing the show. So yeah, no, that argument doesn't really work. I see people, upset that Jess came to the internet. Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. Deal with it. Honestly, it was good for the show because I imagine everybody was glued in today to hear them go back and forth. Say what you will, okay? But it was definitely a tactic. It was a tactic. I just want them to recognize each other's brilliance and kind of help each other in this space. Because to me, Lauren looking like you just trying to prove that you're taking somebody's job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I've ever seen Lauren this made up when Jess wasn't there. Okay? So I low-key feel like, please don't let them big your head up like they won't fuck you over too. Because it don't matter how good you are at the job. If them niggas decide they don't want you to be there no more, they can throw you away and mishandle you just like they would do to Jess. So y'all just have to, I feel like, have a conversation, try to create some camaraderie and just basic level respect with each other and work from there. And also, people outside of y'all are going to always have shit to say. And I think that if you want to get up on there and honestly, if Jess would have got up there and said, I'm about to go in on Corey Holcomb, give me a minute to go in on him, they could have did that. You know what I'm saying? They just need to be able to create the dynamic for Jess to do what she does and Lauren to do what she does. There are a whole bunch of radio shows that can do it. Okay? Can y'all imagine Bondi and Erica De Niro on no, y'all can't imagine that. Them niggas would never let me and the diva up there, child. They would never let us up there. Okay? We don't give a fuck enough. You know what I'm saying? They would never. Okay? They always gonna pick the people that they can control easiest. And I think they knew with Lauren's background, they could control her because she's actually in this business, in this corporate business. Control. Jess needed this job because I think Jess was coming up off of I'm a comedian and all of that. But when the pandemic happened, it made it harder to make money. A good job that's giving me a check all the time. Yeah, I might want to get that instead of the hustle that I have to put into my comedy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just feel like when it comes to Jess, she just has to pay attention to where she is lacking, do better in where she's lacking, and really lean into what her strengths are. And her strengths are the funny comments, the moments of pause, the moments where she let y'all know that them niggas just said something stupid. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, Jess was never prepared. No, like I feel like not really. But also, if she wasn't, then why did they hire her? It's not her fault. You know what I'm saying? That they hired her for a job that she may not have necessarily had the experience for. You know what I mean? That was still a decision that they made, and she signed a contract. Comedic timing is it absolutely is. And I think Jess absolutely has that. But I think sometimes what I had seen before she went on maternity leave is Jess was not really being herself on the show. That's what it felt like to me. I feel like Jess was not really allowed to be herself and was kind of playing this devil's advocate role that she didn't even really fit into. Even in interviews and shit like the Tyrese situation, like you could hear her, you know, with the calm voice, trying to be the feminine aspect. That's not who Jess is. Let Jess be the ignorant male-centered bitch that's funny, and let Lauren be the one that's a little bit more polished, just like Charlemagne is not as polished sometimes, or DJ Envy is not as polished sometimes. I feel like they have different criteria for women and men. The men can get up there and throw the shit against the wall and see if it stick. The women have got to be completely prepared in order for y'all to act as if they deserve to be there. Thank you, 6 cents for the super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. What else y'all saying about this shit? Read that one, I think. Hold up. Shy Girl's Perspective. I don't know if I read that one. Okay. Estella Mack, thank you for the super chat. Yet again, men siphoning women's energy. Absolutely, that's what this is giving. Fabulous Faces, thank you for the super chat, my love. Management is giving Lauren a green light while keeping Jess in the dark. So, of course, her anger would be towards Lauren, but Lauren is just doing what she is told to do. It's misplaced anger, but Jess is not tripping either. I agree. And that's why I said you're going to have to get out your feelings and really deal with the issue. Like, really try to combat it. Really try to game it. Don't let it stress you out. Try to use it to the best of your capabilities and then get the fuck out of there. That's not a job you stay in for a long time anyway. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas can stay up there forever if they want to. But as women, y'all shouldn't be trying to stay there forever. Let that shit get 2-3 years tops and move on to the next thing. It's still the news business. DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat. Stacy M, thank you for the super chat. Just place with the Breakfast Club just felt more tolerated than respected. It's like they gave off a vibe of we didn't want you, but we had no choice but to take you. That's a point. Banji baby, thank you for the super chat. Playing it off and trying to joke about it is damage control on the Charlemagne Envy part because the actual bosses are pissed. I feel like the boss made just come on air to clear her name, and here we are. Yeah, that's basically what it's given. But I just need for them to recognize that this should not be a beef between the two of them. For real. Like, but I understand how Jess is feeling, and I understand how the shit that fat and funky Corey Holcomb said that could, trigger her. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? But either way, y'all, that's my commentary on the situation. I wish the best for both of those women because that's not an easy job to do. And I also feel like them niggas ain't shit. And it sounds like they mishandled Jess. So at the end of the day, I know Jess is problematic. I have had issues with Jess over the years about some of the things she said and done, but I feel like I still want Jess to win. I don't know why, I just still do. I also don't like the fact I saw a comment talking about, that's another reason why I'm like, why y'all gotta be like this? How she sounds like a man. Like y'all trying to masculinize her. Please just stop. Like low key, like her features, her voice, like that. Please just stop, y'all. Please. Like y'all know the up north girls are, gotta get a rough neck. Like that's the girls, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the shit that they do is textbook colorism, textbook misogynoir, like all of that shit. Like I don't like it. And I definitely feel like they mishandled her. And I feel like Lauren low-key felt like somebody put a battery in her back in a certain respect. And I don't like, I'm not saying that she would not defend herself, but the energy was definitely different on that show than I had seen previously. The hair, the red lip, like it was giving baddie. I think we know that Lauren is beautiful, but it's the energy was a little different. And also, I don't know why I don't think Jess is homophobic. I think that Jess is one of those ignorant people that will say a slur if you come at her. But I always thought she was bisexual. But you know, they internalize homophobia too. Everybody internalizes homophobia, okay? But yeah, I want them to do better. I do. Because I think they're both good in their respective talents. But to say that she's not talented at all is some bullshit. Hold up. Armand made a point to say people saying how much more Lauren is. Hold up. Also, Armand made a point to say people keep saying how much more Lauren is, but they forget she's the producer who gives them the note. So that's her job to be prepared. Exactly. In a different way than the talents. Because y'all can act like y'all confused, but Charlamagne and DJ Envy many a time have been up there not knowing what the fuck they were talking about at all. Do y'all remember? That's why they was always getting checked by Nicki Minaj, getting checked by K. Michelle, because they would bring guests up there and y'all don't know nothing about what the guests got going on. You asking them messy ass, stupid fucking questions from social media. Like, stop acting like Jess is doing something outside of what them niggas been doing on that show for the longest and still being, successful at it. Barely knowing what the fuck going on, but somehow here we are. Decade plus later, the Breakfast Club is still up there. Them niggas have been up there not knowing what colorism is, not knowing what Afro-Latina, like so many times they didn't know what the fuck was going on with whoever they was talking to or whoever they was talking about. But now everybody want to act like, oh, just don't know what's going, man, look, fuck out of here, okay? Ugh. Anyway, you guys, that's all I got. It's like almost 3.5 hours. I feel like I give y'all a great show. 1,800 people in the room. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I appreciate y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Okay. I don't know if I'm coming back later on today. Because I have not watched Love and Hip Hop Miami. Girl. So y'all might be getting members only from me either tomorrow or Friday. Because today might just be it, girl. But we'll see. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for fucking with me. Thank y'all so much for dropping by. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.